August and September are the times of the year when Costco receives the largest volume of new arrivals, and it's also when the best items disappear the fastest. Today, I'm showing you the exact top 12 best-selling items right now, not to get you to spend more, but to make sure you don't miss out on the exact things you need. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. Number 1. Life and High-Speed Hairdryer. If you've been eyeing a Dyson hairdryer but aren't ready to drop $400, this is the moment Costco will make you stop in your tracks. The Lifen uses the same negative ion technology and high-speed airflow as the Dyson, weighs less than a pound, and comes with 3 magnetic nozzles that snap on securely. What I love about this dryer is the LED ring light that changes color according to the temperature, letting you know exactly how much heat your hair is taking instead of having to guess. It dries hair fast, keeps the shine intact, and doesn't give you that cooked feeling like some cheaper dryers do. If you're using an old hairdryer from years ago and wondering whether to upgrade, $100 for near Dyson performance makes this the right time to make the switch. The 5,000 lumen solar light. Last year, the previous version was $37. This year it's $38, just $1 higher, but the solar panel has been noticeably improved, charging far more efficiently even on cloudy days, which was the biggest drawback of earlier generations of solar lights. The sensor turns on and off automatically, so once installed, you almost never have to think about it again. The 5,000 lumen brightness covers a large yard or driveway without creating dark spots, making it bright enough for security cameras to capture clear footage if you're using it alongside an outdoor surveillance system. At $38, this is one of the best items on today's list if you're thinking about improving your home's outdoor security or lighting. Infinity Solar-Powered Misting Fan. Featuring an integrated solar panel and a small internal water tank, it creates a cool breeze accompanied by a fine mist without needing to plug in or replace batteries. $50 for an outdoor fan with zero electricity cost is a reasonable price if you only need it for the porch or late summer BBQ area. But if you want stronger power or plan to use it indoors as well, Costco has the Shark Misting fan line nearby for $100, double the price, but the performance is on a completely different level and much more worth considering for long-term needs. Number 2. 15-inch pre-seasoned cast iron skillet. To give you an easy comparison, a standard 12-inch cast iron skillet on the general market already costs anywhere from $20 to $30. This one is 15 inches, with a significantly wider cooking surface, comes pre-seasoned right out of the box so you can use it immediately without needing to go through the initial seasoning process, and it's still priced at just $20. Searing 3 large steaks at the same time or roasting an entire spatchcocked chicken fits comfortably with room to spare. Just one thing to prepare for beforehand. Cast iron is genuinely heavy, so if your kitchen features a glass stovetop, set it down gently. Gorilla Dump Cart. What a surprise to see this Gorilla Dump Cart sitting in the clearance section for $179 or $97. Its price ends in $97, and at Costco, that means it's a true clearance markdown and they won't lower it any further. It features a heavy-duty poly tub with a capacity of 9 cubic feet, supporting a load of over 1,400 lbs, with a tow hitch handle that you can attach to a riding mower or ATV when transporting it across large terrain. If you have a yard, are renovating your backyard, or frequently move soil and rocks, this is the piece of equipment that turns heavy labor into a breeze. There are currently a few fashion and luggage items that I really didn't expect to see here. One of them I bought right on the spot without a second thought. Number 3. Crocs Backpack. Crocs makes this backpack using the exact same Croslite material that goes into their clogs, so this backpack is completely waterproof, ultra lightweight, and wipes clean with a wet cloth in seconds. Inside, there's a spacious laptop compartment, and on the outside, there are small holes to attach decorative gibbets to your liking. Specialized waterproof backpacks at sporting goods stores usually cost between $70 and $80, whereas this one is being sold at Costco for just $50. With the back-to-school season approaching, this is a choice quite different from what kids or grandkids typically see. Swissgear Carry-On Suitcase. Swissgear isn't a brand that requires much explanation regarding durability. It features a hard shell with reinforced impact-resistant ridges, 360-degree spinner wheels that glide smoothly across airport floors, and an expandable zipper to enlarge the storage compartment when you need to pack extra items. At specialty luggage stores, comparable quality carry-ons usually start at $150 and up. Currently, this suitcase is selling for just $89,999 for something that will last 5 to 10 years. That's a number well worth considering. The 3-pack extra large tote bags. Made from heavy-duty canvas material that is machine washable, featuring elegant patterns that won't go out of style after just one season. They're convenient for carrying groceries at Costco, heading to the beach, holding laundry, or keeping folded neatly in your car trunk for whenever you need them. At just $19,999 for a set of 3 quality bags, it's a no-brainer to toss into your cart. 3-piece Halloween sleepwear set. This set includes a short-sleeve shirt, long pants, and shorts, made from smooth, cool knit fabric. What I find really clever about this design is that they bundle both shorts and long pants in the exact same set, allowing you to wear it from the hot end of summer into the cool days of fall without needing to switch sets. The pumpkin or ghost patterns look fun, and at $17 for all 3 pieces, it's a price point you'd be hard-pressed to match anywhere else during the Halloween season. Number 4. Twice-baked cinnamon croissants. Last month, the pistachio-filled version sold out completely in just a few days, and many people didn't manage to get one in time. This month, Costco released the cinnamon-filled version, and from what's happening on the shelves, history looks like it's going to repeat itself in that exact same way. Baked twice, the outer crust is genuinely crispy. Not a fragile, flaky crunch that crumbles away when you bite, but a thick, puffy crispness. Inside, the rich cinnamon butter filling is deeply aromatic with cinnamon without being overwhelmingly sweet. $10 for a whole tray is a price that needs no further discussion. Candy Grapes Frozen Crunch. The concept sounds simple. Fresh grapes coated in a crispy fruit candy shell and then frozen, but the result is completely different from what you might imagine. Biting into them releases a burst of ice-cold sweet and sour flavor, the kind of refreshing snack you can enjoy without needing to turn the AC down another degree. The packaging looks like something for kids, but in reality, adults are the ones reaching for extra helpings. At nearly $11 for a bag, it's slightly higher than other snacks on today's list, but this is a brand new item and hasn't been seen anywhere else outside of Costco. Costco just added a few items to the deli section that I've been searching for since last year, and their prices made me double-check the label twice. Number 5. Kevin's Argentinian Chimichurri Beef. Kevin's is well known for its Asian and Indian-inspired keto and paleo meals. This time, they're shifting direction towards South America with chimichurri beef, and the change is quite interesting. Thinly sliced beef, with a parsley and garlic sauce evenly infused into every piece, balanced with a subtle tanginess from vinegar and olive oil, so it isn't overly harsh. At nearly $20 for a ready-to-heat meal, it might sound a bit high, but if you've ever ordered a chimichurri beef plate at a restaurant, you know it usually runs around $25 to $30 for just one person. This serves as dinner for the whole family with only 5 minutes of reheating in a skillet. Italian Sausage Pasta. Located right in the fresh deli section, this is a ready-to-bake pasta dish with a rich tomato sauce blended with minced Italian sausage and topped with melted cheese. A tray averages around $15 to $18. What's worth noting is that I found the meat portion very generous, without being overly stuffed with pasta filler like some of Costco's previous tray-baked pasta offerings. For a large family on a busy weeknight when you don't want to spend much effort cooking, this is a practical choice. Chef Hack's Tuscan Roasted Chicken. The box contains 2 vacuum-sealed pouches of roasted chicken, marinated in a Tuscan herb sauce with garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, and heavy cream, with each serving providing 23 grams of protein. Many people will immediately compare it to the classic $4.99 rotisserie chicken at the deli counter. But these are actually 2 completely different items. The $4.99 rotisserie chicken needs to be consumed on the same day. The Chef Hacks version has a longer shelf life in the fridge, and the meat doesn't dry out because the sauce is already deeply infused into every fiber. Chicken and Grain Protein Bowl. Costco's deli counter has another option for you this month. This chicken and grain protein bowl is the kind of meal you usually have to go to Sweet Green or Panera Bread to get, which typically costs anywhere from $13 to $15 for a portion that isn't always fully filling. Here, you pay $8.99 lb for flavorful shredded chicken breast, fiber-rich grains, fresh greens, and an included dressing, making for a noticeably more generous meal portion. Number 6. Korean-style pickled cucumbers. If you've ever had Korean-style pickled cucumbers at a restaurant, you know that mild, tangy, and spicy flavor is completely different from traditional pickled cucumbers. Costco is selling a large glass jar filled with vertically sliced cucumbers that are evenly marinated with rich, bold flavor in that authentic style. Layering them onto a burger or sandwich elevates the entire meal a notch without needing anything else. And the current price of $12 for a jar is quite a steal compared to buying them at traditional markets. Salsa del Rio. This isn't the bland, mass-market salsa sold at regular supermarkets. The sauce has a genuine kick of heat with a distinctly fresh taste. $7 for a large jar set is a bargain investment for a backyard party with chips and dip, or simply to keep stocked in the fridge for everyday meals. French-style cream cheese. Compared to buying imported cream cheese or specialty lines at supermarket chains like Whole Foods or Kroger, where it usually runs around $4 to $5 for a small tub, the $9 price tag for 3 tubs is extremely reasonable. The texture is smooth and spreads effortlessly onto toast or bagels. It has a light, subtle richness with a characteristic soft tanginess of the French style, rather than feeling heavy like some traditional American-style cream cheeses. Although the expiration date printed on the packaging is quite far out thanks to packaging technology, once you break the seal, you should consume it within 7 days to prevent flavor changes or mold growth. Godiva chocolates. The Godiva brand is typically associated with high-end gift boxes and a corresponding price tag. Costco's new individual pouch packaging makes the price point much more accessible. A practical note for this warm season is that chocolate easily softens and loses its shape on the drive home. So bringing an insulated bag or placing the bag of chocolates next to frozen items in your shopping cart is a simple way to preserve the neat presentation of each piece. A lot of new beverage flavors have just hit the shelves and have been selling very fast in recent days. I'm going to introduce them to you. Number 7. Lavender lemonade. Nearly $3 a bottle is not a cheap price for a packaged beverage, but this is a floral-flavored refresher that stands out from what's typically seen on Costco shelves. The lemon flavor is quite tart and bold, with a distinct hint of lavender apparent as soon as you open the cap. The sugar content is relatively high, so drinking it straight might feel a bit overly sweet. You can dilute it by adding ice cubes or sparkling water, which reduces the sweetness. 1.75-liter large bottle Tropic Tang Buzzballs. Normally, each small single-serve Buzzball ball retails for around $3 to $4. This large 1.75-liter bottle version, priced at $16, offers clear economic value if you're someone who frequently drinks this ready-to-drink cocktail line for outdoor parties. It features a tropical fruit flavor with a moderate alcohol content, best served chilled or shaken over ice. This is a seasonal, limited-run item, so once it's gone, it's gone. There won't be a restock in the near future. Number 8. Suja Ginger Pineapple. Around $127 for an organic probiotic shot bottle containing vitamin C, with absolutely no added sugar. The flavor of fresh ginger is spicy and hits you right in the sinuses, combining with a bit of sweet and sour pineapple to create something very wake-up worthy in the morning. Best suited for anyone who wants to kickstart their digestive system early and doesn't mind a bold flavor. Zero added sugar is a huge plus compared to many other probiotic lines on the market. Activia Probiotic Daily. A 24-bottle pack is just $10.89, breaking down to less than 50 cents a bottle with 2 easy-to-drink flavors, strawberry and blueberry. If you're looking for something you can drink every day without needing to mentally prepare yourself, Activia is a more practical choice than Suja for that purpose. It has a mild tanginess and a smooth, gentle sweetness like a drinkable yogurt, suitable for the whole family, including older adults or children who can't handle the strong spice of ginger. There's still one section at Costco that I almost never skip every time I visit. This month, they just added something there that I've been waiting for since spring. Number 9. Trudeau Clever Seal Airtight Food Storage Container Set. Not the typical plastic container set you buy and then lose the lids to after a few months. This Trudeau line features a smart steam release valve integrated on the lid, meaning you can pop it straight into the microwave without needing to remove the lid or leave it loosely resting to prevent popping. It comes with a non-slip silicone base, thick BPA-free plastic, and stacks neatly when not in use. A $33 price point for 6 large-capacity containers is a one-time investment for a much more organized kitchen. Pyrex Glass Measuring Cup Set. Pyrex needs no introduction. This brand has been present in American kitchens for decades and has never disappointed anyone. This set includes 3 cups in 1 cup, 2 cup, and 4 cup capacities, with clear, easy-to-read markings and a sturdy feel in hand. For everyday kitchen essentials that are durable, easy to read, and $14 for the entire set, it really requires very little second thought. Pyrex Glass Mixing Bowl Set with Lids. This mixing bowl set is quite practical. 4 different sizes useful for all kinds of tasks, from tossing salads to preparing cake batter. The included lids come in tasteful pastel colors that look neat when stacked in the cabinet. Made with heat-resistant Pyrex glass, you can place them straight into the microwave or oven. The year-end baking season is fast approaching, so $17 for the entire 4-piece set. Right now is the time to buy before prices creep up for the holiday season. Number 10. Kirkland Signature Pet Bed. If you own a large dog, you know a good bed for them isn't cheap at all. Petco and PetSmart sell similar sizes anywhere from $70 to $100, and the quality isn't necessarily better. Costco's Kirkland Signature sells for $45 for a 31x40-inch size, with thick cushioning that doesn't flatten out after a few months of use. The outer fabric is soft and the cover is fully removable and machine washable, a feature that many pricier pet beds still lack. Every time Costco brings this model back in stock, it sells out very fast. This isn't just hype, but practical experience I've observed over multiple shipment runs. Number 11. Tommy Bahama Chair. This brand has been famous for its durability and practical design for years. Costco is currently selling it for $40, down from over $50 at the start of the season, featuring a sturdy frame, a side phone pocket, and convenient shoulder straps for hands-free transport to the beach. What's worth noting is that this is late summer. Once seasonal items at Costco sell out on the shelves, they won't restock until next year. Last year, many people waited for a further discount and ended up with nothing left before they could decide. If your family still has a few late-season beach trips planned, $40 right now is much more reasonable than searching to buy it again next year at early-season prices. Skimboard. This is an item I didn't expect to see at Costco, and actually, it's rare for them to stock it. Skimboards aren't something Costco sells year-round. They only appear during the summer season, and once they're gone, they're gone. There are no restocks. Out in the general market, a wooden board of comparable quality usually runs from $50 to $70, whereas Costco is selling it for $30. If your family lives near the beach or has plans for a late-season beach trip, this is something your kids or grandkids will use immediately and much more than you think. Skimboarding on gentle waves near the shore doesn't require any special skills. Anyone can try it on their first attempt. If you hesitate any longer, there's a high chance the shelf will be empty when you return next week. Backpack Canopy Chair. $70 sounds a bit higher than a standard folding chair at $30 to $40, but these are actually 2 completely different things. The personal shade canopy folds open and closed flexibly, offering UV protection without needing to set up a separate umbrella. The entire chair folds down into a backpack you wear on your back, freeing up both hands to carry other gear. It's extremely suitable for anyone who frequently stands and cheers for their kids at outdoor sports games or goes camping on weekends. Number 12. 3-piece Boo Wooden Halloween Decor Set with LED Lights. Costco just brought this 3-piece wooden Boo letter set with LED lights into the Halloween decor section. Made of real wood, it has a lot more depth and quality compared to standard plastic decorations, and it comes with batteries included, so you can just buy it and set it on the shelf right away. The only point I want to be upfront about is that $45 for a small decorative item that you only use for a few weeks and then pack away. Your wallet crying out is a real thing. If budget isn't an issue and you want something that looks genuinely high quality, this is a great choice. But if you want to save more, Costco is selling a cordless hot glue gun for $30 that comes with 60 glue sticks right in the tool section. You can go to Michael's, buy unfinished wooden letters, and DIY something similar for half the money. Libby 16-piece fluted glassware set. 8 17.5-ounce highball glasses and 8 11-ounce lowball glasses, working out to just over $1 a piece for the Libby brand, which is well known for quality. Just $19 for the entire 16-piece set is a price you won't find at Target or Bed Bath & Beyond for the same brand. The glass is thick, and the vertical ribbed pattern is a very popular kitchen decor trend right now, providing a great grip that won't slip when your hands are wet. Dishwasher safe. It looks beautiful whether used for water, iced coffee, or juice. This is the kind of purchase you make once and use for years without needing frequent replacements. Not every item on today's list is for you, but at least one or two of them will be useful. If you drop by Costco this month, remember to double-check the prices before tossing items into your cart, especially clearance goods. If this video helps you save money on even just one wrong purchase, then it has done its job. Crocs, Skechers, Hurley, and Lucky Brand are all appearing at the same time at Costco right now, with prices that, frankly, are hard to find anywhere else at this moment. And that's just the opening of the most noteworthy new shipment since the beginning of the year. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. One, Crocs unisex clogs. Costco is really going big with footwear this month, especially with the appearance of the Crocs name on the shelves, as this is typically a brand that Costco very rarely imports. The unisex Crocs clogs are currently selling at Costco for just $24.99. You have two options, gray and navy blue. When trying them on, I felt they were lightweight on the feet and even softer than I imagined. In the general market, this model usually sells for around $35, so this price difference is by no means small for a pair of shoes that can be worn both indoors and around town. 2. Crocs backpack. In this same shipment, Crocs also has a backpack priced at $49.99, which is about $20 cheaper than the regular retail price. The front face features the signature round holes designed for attaching gibbets, so you or your kids can completely customize it to your own taste. The inner compartment is spacious enough to fit a laptop, making it great for school, work, or short trips. With the back-to-school season approaching, this is a combo worth considering if you're looking for a new backpack for your kid without wanting to spend a lot of money. 3. Skechers Swift Fit Kids Shoes. A new design for kids' shoes that allows little ones to slip them on by themselves without needing to tie laces. The snug fit means even if your kid jumps around, it's hard for the heels to slip off. The shoes can be tossed directly into the washing machine, saving you from having to sit and scrub every single stain. Just $26.99 for a pair that is durable, easy to wash, and cheaper than a bunch of other kids' shoe brands on the market. The sizing spans quite wide, so you can find a fit for kids ranging from preschool to elementary school. But this isn't the item that surprised me the most on today's Costco trip. The next one is what's truly worth talking about. 4. Hurley men's sneakers. The gentlemen get their share too. Hurley men's sneakers are priced at $22.99, featuring a youthful yet understated silhouette. The biggest plus lies in the light water-resistant upper fabric, which is perfect for walking in light drizzle without worrying about wet feet. For such a well-known brand, this price point is a reasonable investment for a pair of functional year-round shoes. 5. Classic men's loafers. If the Hurleys lean toward the outdoors, this pair of loafers goes in a completely different direction, focusing on comfort and a neat, presentable look for indoors or weekend outings. Coming in two colors, brown and black, they can be paired with many outfits, from workwear to casual street attire. The most noteworthy feature is the memory foam insole. You slip them on and they feel instantly cushioned, without needing a break-in period like many other stiff leather models. At $21.99 for a pair of loafers with memory foam insoles, this is one of the quietest deals of this run that very few people pay attention to. Not every deal at Costco is big and loud. There are things sitting quietly on the shelves whose true value only reveals itself when you know how to compare prices properly. 6. KitchenAid Bowl Lift Stand Mixer 6-quart. This is the most noteworthy item in the kitchen section this time. Down from $420, the mixer is discounted by $140, bringing the price down to $280. But I noticed the remaining stock looks quite low. The Bowl Lift series inherently has much stronger power than the standard tilt head models, and it comes with a flex edge beater to scrape the sides, along with a complete set of dough and egg beating attachments. With a 6-quart capacity, it's more than enough for any home that frequently bakes in large batches for the whole family or sells a little on the side during weekends. If you've been eyeing a high-end stand mixer for yourself or plan to buy one as a housewarming gift, this is the best time of the year to buy. Once the sale period passes, the price will go right back up to normal. 7. Kettle Smoker. For anyone who loves the flavor of Kraft smoked BBQ, the $69.99 price tag after a $30 discount is hard to pass up. The difference compared to a regular grill is that you control the smoke flavor by choosing your wood chips. Apple wood chips for a subtle sweetness, or hickory for a bolder, richer flavor, rather than relying on pre-packaged marinades. The included kit is ready to use right out of the box, coming with wood chips, a grease tray, a meat thermometer probe, and a 12-recipe cookbook. Normally, these accessories have to be purchased separately at a considerable total cost, so Costco bundling everything together for $69.99 is a genuine plus. Coming up next is an extremely common shopping mistake at Costco that I've actually made myself in the past. 8. Infinity XT Motion Sensor Light Set. A power outage in the middle of the night is when you truly see the value of a motion sensor light set, and the Infinity XT solves that exact worry. The motion sensor turns on automatically when the power goes out, and you can detach the unit to use it as a handheld flashlight when you need to see your way. Plugged in along hallways or at the top of staircases is most convenient, especially in homes with older adults who get up during the night. $24 for a full set of 3. They run on batteries, so there's no need to drill walls or run wires. Just stick or place them down and they work immediately. Perfect for rentals or apartments where you don't want to make holes. The batteries last up to a full year before needing replacement, so you don't have to worry about frequent maintenance. Number 9. Kohler 8-liter Smart Trash Can. Stainless steel, a rounded design, and a price tag of $24.99 are 3 reasons that make this Kohler 8-liter trash can worth paying attention to. The stainless steel is fingerprint resistant, meaning you won't have to constantly wipe down the exterior due to handprints like with regular steel types. The inner liner sleeve removes easily for cleaning, and the rounded shape is sleek and subtle. I want to be straightforward. An 8-liter capacity is quite small, making it best suited for a bathroom, home office, or vanity area rather than the main kitchen. 10. 5-piece melamine bowl set. Simple as it looks, this set is a crowd favorite, priced at just $19.99. The best feature is that the bowls nest neatly inside one another in your kitchen cabinet without taking up a lot of space like buying individual loose bowls would. Capacities span from half a quart to 5 quarts, so whether you're marinating meat, tossing salad, or storing leftovers after a party, you can do it all without needing extra separate containers. Melamine is inherently durable and shatter-resistant, as well as dishwasher safe. Just remember to place the lids on the top rack when washing to prevent warping over time and keep them looking new longer. This shipment has 2 specific items that are the easiest to make a mistake on when buying, and they are located right below. 11. Bent-Go Chill Max Lunchbox. Very timely with the back-to-school season approaching, priced at $26.99 for the entire set. You can choose a 3-compartment or 4-compartment box depending on your needs. It features a built-in removable gel ice pack, eliminating the need to buy a separate insulated bag like before. The removable inner tray is both microwave and dishwasher safe, with only the outer shell and ice pack requiring hand washing. Compared to buying it individually out on the market, this combo price is significantly cheaper. 12. Life Trend Infrared Therapy Blanket. A $100 discount on this product is a big enough number to make you stop and look, even though $180 is still a sizable amount of money. The blanket combines far infrared heat with red light therapy, supporting muscle relaxation and blood circulation right at home without needing a trip to a clinic. It's suitable for people who frequently experience back fatigue or muscle tension after doing housework or light exercise. I want to say one thing straight. If you live in a hot, humid climate or can't stand a tight, sweat-inducing wrap, you should think carefully before buying. But if you have used heat therapy before and found it effective, this is a great time to get one for home use at its lowest price yet. 13. Gourmet Automatic Soft Serve Ice Cream Maker. I think you need to clearly define your needs before bringing this ice cream maker home, because at a $200 price point, it's by no means cheap. The most obvious strength of the Gourmet is its built-in automatic freezing mechanism. You don't need to pre-freeze a bowl like with many other machines. Just pour in your ingredients and it's ready to go. It features 6 modes, including soft serve, slush, sorbet, milkshake, and other options, along with a cone holder and topping warmer accessories. If you have young kids at home and your whole family eats ice cream regularly every summer, this $200 investment could pay for itself after a few months compared to buying from ice cream shops. But if you're only going to use it occasionally, the appliance takes up a significant amount of counter space and isn't the most optimal choice. Next, there are 2 fashion brands in this shipment that, if you search their official websites or outlet stores, you'll find Costco's prices are unbelievably low. I'll point them out specifically right now. 14. Orvis Outdoor Tech Hat. This hat packs quite a lot of features into a very wallet-friendly price. Rated UPF 50+ for sun protection, made of ultra-lightweight and quick-drying material, and foldable for packing into a suitcase without taking up room. The point I find most interesting is that the hat can float on water if you accidentally drop it while boating or kayaking, so you don't have to dive down to look for it. At $12.99, this is the kind of hat you buy to keep in your luggage without a second thought. Useful for all outdoor activities from morning walks to weekend trips. 15. 2-in-1 Beach Towel Bag. Made of 100% cotton in a large 40 by 72-inch size, it transforms from a bath towel into a beach tote bag with just a few simple folds. A price of $13 for a dual-purpose product made from quality cotton is hard to find anywhere else. The idea behind it is very practical. You carry one item instead of 2, use it as a towel when you get to the beach, and fold it back into a bag for wet items or sandy sandals on the way home. Compact when rolled up, it doesn't take up much space in a suitcase. 16. Lucky Brand Women's Sweater. Lucky Brand is a well-known name in American fashion, and $17 for one of their sweaters at Costco is a price you won't find at any of the brand's outlet stores. The fine ribbed knit fabric is soft, smooth, and non-itchy. This year's color palette includes black, burgundy red, cream brown, and blue, enough to pair with a variety of fall outfits. One thing to keep in mind when choosing a size: this fit is designed slightly oversized, so if you prefer a fitted and tailored look, you should size down from your usual size. 17. Weatherproof Vintage Women's Flannel Shirt. Medium-weight plaid flannel fabric. Not too thick to look bulky, yet warm enough when the weather starts turning chilly. At just $13 for a quality flannel shirt like this, it's truly cheap. It looks great paired with jeans for a weekend coffee run or layered over a t-shirt for work. One thing worth noting is that women's flannel styles at Costco usually sell out of common sizes like small and medium much faster than in the men's section, so if you like a pattern, you should buy it as soon as you see it. I hesitated on a similar shirt last season, and when I returned the following week, the exact size I needed was completely gone, forcing me to pick a different color just to get one. A cookie brand that both dieters and gluten-intolerant people know by name is available at Costco at prices up to 40% lower than organic specialty stores. 18. Olive and Rosemary Sourdough Bread. Olive and rosemary sourdough sounds like something you'd only find at an artisanal bakery for $15 to $18 a loaf. But at Costco, I'm seeing it priced at $9, and the quality doesn't reflect that lower price at all. It features a traditional thick, crispy crust, with the interior stuffed with whole olives, both black and green, along with fresh rosemary leaves. When reheated in an air fryer or toaster oven, the crust turns ultra crispy, and the herbal aroma fills the entire kitchen very distinctly. The olive flavor isn't overly salty as I initially feared. It's very well balanced with the herbal notes. This is definitely one of the items I'll be rebuying on my next trip. 19. King's Hawaiian Garlic Butter Slider Buns. If you're planning a weekend BBQ or just want something delicious stocked in your pantry for a quick breakfast, the double pack of King's Hawaiian Garlic Butter Slider Buns at $5.99 is a no-brainer to toss into your cart. This price is noticeably cheaper than at regular grocery chains. It features King's Hawaiian Signature Soft Bread with an added garlic butter flavor, at around 100 calories per bun. 20. Siete Grain-Free Cookie Variety Pack. Seeing Siete at Costco is definitely worth stopping for. This is a brand whose cookies sell for quite a high price at organic specialty stores or Whole Foods. And suddenly it's available here for $13.80 for a full 20-count box of snack bags, which is less than 0.70 per bag. It includes 10 bags of Mexican wedding cookies and 10 bags of vanilla chocolate chip made from almond flour and coconut oil that are gluten-free and vegan. 21. Siete Food Strawberries and Cream Cookies. From the same Seat brand as the variety pack just mentioned, but this is an individual strawberries and cream flavor in a large 16 Oz bag. Better suited if you already know you love this line and want to stock up in bulk. A large 16 Oz bag for $9.99 is a price point you'll rarely find at organic specialty stores, where it's typically significantly more expensive for the same weight. The ingredients stick strictly to Siet's core philosophy: almond flour, coconut oil, and gluten-free. If you've tried the small bags from the variety pack and enjoyed them, now is the time to buy the large bag to stock up at a better price per ounce. 22. San Diego Local Nitro Cold Brew Coffee. This 4-can pack of Nitro Cold Brew Coffee is priced at $9, which comes out to $2.25 per can, whereas buying a single cup of cold brew at a coffee shop usually ranges from $5 to $7. This is a nitrogen-infused cold brewed coffee that creates a signature silky smooth foam layer, available in 3 flavors: original, horchata, and vanilla. The horchata flavor is the one I find most worth trying if you've never had it. Horchata is a traditional Mexican beverage made from rice and cinnamon, which, when combined with cold brew coffee, creates a unique flavor profile with a warm touch of cinnamon and a slight creaminess. Not your average milk coffee. 23. Nutella Hazelnut Cocoa Spread. Priced at $11.39 for a giant twin pack, Nutella rarely gets discounted this deeply, making this run very much worth stocking up on. For households with young kids who love spreading it on morning toast, this is an abundant supply for an entire month, so you won't have to worry about running out midweek and rushing to a regular store to buy a jar at a much higher retail price. It breaks down to just over $5.50 per jar, which is significantly cheaper than the standard retail price of a medium jar at other supermarkets. 24. Hunter Crossbody Bag. The biggest plus lies in Hunter's signature water-resistant material, combined with an easily adjustable strap to fit any body frame. Hunter is a brand famous for its high-end rain boots that cost over $100, so seeing their bag for just $25 is truly a surprisingly affordable price for a name brand. It's convenient for running errands, taking a walk in the park, or holding a few small items while traveling without the bulkiness of a regular handbag. Overall, this is one of those rare accessories that offers both brand recognition and an accessible price tag in this shipment. 25. San Diego Local Sports Insulated Tote. This is a regional exclusive item, meaning it was designed specifically for the San Diego market, featuring crisp logos of local sports teams. If you live in San Diego or have family here, this is something hard to find at any other Costco location nationwide. A price of $20 for an insulated tote with a clear local identity is very reasonable. A practical note is that quantities at each location are limited due to its regional exclusivity. So if you see it and are considering it, you shouldn't leave it for your next trip. Costco has already started displaying Halloween items very early, and there's one item among them that I think will sell out completely before August ends. 26. Artisan Ceramic Lid Scented Candle Set. 4 scented candle jars are priced at $13 for the 4-pack, which breaks down to about $3.25 per jar. Yet looking at the product, nobody would ever guess that price point. The outer ceramic jars are exquisitely crafted with tight-sealing ceramic lids, made with natural essential oil extracts blended into a soy wax base with 2 wicks, providing up to 60 hours of burn time per jar. When you break it down, $3.25 for 60 hours of fragrance is a figure that's hard to come by at any specialty candle shop. Plus, after the candle burns out, the ceramic jar can still be repurposed as a small trinket holder on your vanity or desk. 27. Jumbo Plush Giant Stuffed Animals. 2 giant-sized characters, a red panda and a raccoon, made with ultra-soft plush material, designed for kids ages 3 and up. The current price of $45 for a stuffed animal of this massive size is a great deal if you're looking for a birthday gift or something special without having to waste time searching around in multiple stores. 28. Halloween Decorative Dog Statue. Even though it's only July, Costco is already getting a head start on putting Halloween decor on the shelves, priced at $59.99 for a quite adorable dog statue. Made from durable material, it can be placed either on the porch or indoors without worrying about rapid fading under the sun. Anyone who enjoys seasonal yard decor should buy it early starting now, because the closer it gets to October, the faster these types of decorations sell out, and prices rarely drop any further. Compared to waiting until right before Halloween and scrambling to buy decor at full price, buying early gives you more options and much better peace of mind. 29. Ceramic Succulent Planter. At first glance, the $190 price tag might seem expensive, but just try going out to local nurseries. A large, patterned ceramic pot of this size alone costs no less than $100, not to mention the real live plants pre-potted inside. The plants are healthy and low maintenance, perfect for placing in a sunny corner of the yard or on the porch for anyone who doesn't have much time for daily watering. Just keep in mind that the planter is quite heavy and the thorns are fairly sharp, so be careful when loading it into your car to avoid scratching your hands or accidentally dropping and shattering it. 30. Disney Mickey Giant Pumpkin. This is the final product and also the item I predict will sell out the fastest out of this entire Halloween lineup. The Disney Mickey Pumpkin comes in an impressive size, measuring roughly 4.6 feet wide and 3.6 feet tall, featuring a unique infinity eyes light effect that creates an illusion of endless depth when looking into the eyes. To be sure, $220 is not a small number, but considering the official Disney licensing, the sheer physical size, and the included light effects, it's a fair price for a centerpiece decoration. If your family wants a go-to photo spot, this is the kind of item where anyone walking past your yard will have to stop and look. I don't think the stock on this will last into September. Costco doesn't always have great items across every single category, but when a shipment hits right like this one, there are things truly worth making a store trip for just to see in person. If you're planning a visit to Costco this week, today's list is more than enough to let you know exactly where to head first. Did you know that half of your retirement money might be silently going to waste right at Costco? These 13 best-selling items will shock you because they are amazingly cheap and high quality. But beware of 3 foods that are extremely toxic to both your wallet and your health in your golden years. Watch now, before you regret missing out. You'd be awesome if you subscribe and like this video. Kirkland Signature Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Few people would think that a budget bottle of cooking oil on a Costco shelf was once taken into a laboratory by a major American university for testing. But that is exactly what happened with the Kirkland olive oil bottle, when UC Davis confirmed that its purity surpassed even many significantly more expensive brands on the market. The price ranges from $16.79 to $22.99 for a 2-liter bottle, depending on promotions and seasonal factors in 2026. When poured out, the oil has a bright golden color, a faint herbal aroma, and leaves a slightly peppery aftertaste at the back of the throat. A familiar sign of high-quality, first cold-pressed oil. I still use this bottle every day to make salad dressings or for light pan searing, and what surprised me wasn't the price, but that exact aftertaste, something that many other cheap bottles of oil never manage to have. With antioxidant nutrients and good fats kept entirely intact, quite a few older adults have quietly dropped the habit of using animal butter to switch to this oil. A small change that can make a big difference for long-term heart health. Kirkland Signature Frozen Wild Alaskan Salmon. When nutritionists are asked what should replace red meat to reduce inflammation in the body, wild salmon is almost always the very first answer. And at Costco, you don't need to wait for the exact fishing season to get good fish, because Kirkland's Alaskan sockeye salmon is always available in the freezer section, with each individual fillet flash frozen right after harvest to preserve full freshness. A 3-pound bag costs around $33, which works out to just over $11 per pound, significantly cheaper than buying fresh fish at a seafood market. The characteristic deep reddish-orange color of sockeye salmon comes from a natural deep-sea crustacean diet, bringing an abundant amount of omega-3s that are good for joints, memory, and the immune system. For people living alone, this is just about the most convenient choice possible. You only need to take out just 1 piece for dinner without worrying about the rest going to waste like when buying a whole fresh fish home. If we had to rank reliability by how often items sell out, the next 2 items will make you re-examine your familiar shopping list. Kirkland Signature Organic Eggs. There is a product that almost every time you stop by Costco, you see an empty shelf, and those are Kirkland organic eggs. It's not because the store orders too little, but because demand always far exceeds supply. With a large 24-egg carton priced starting from just $6.50, this egg line carries both USDA organic and certified humane certifications, ensuring the hens are pasture-raised without the use of antibiotics or growth hormones. According to nutrition experts, eggs provide all the essential amino acids that older adults' bodies cannot synthesize on their own. The yolk is rich in choline, which directly supports nerve function and helps maintain mental clarity over time. My neighbor remarked that the yolks from these organic eggs always have a naturally deep color, are rich and creamy, and have almost no fishy odor like cheap industrial eggs. Even with slight price fluctuations depending on the season, this remains the best protein source for nutrient value per dollar spent that many families are taking advantage of every day. Kirkland's signature organic Greek yogurt. If you had to pick a dairy product with the most enduring staying power over many years at Costco, Kirkland organic Greek yogurt almost always tops the list, quietly selling best year after year without ever needing a flashy advertising campaign. The large 3-pound tub is priced starting from $7, significantly cheaper than buying multiple small tubs at regular retail supermarkets. The texture is thick and smooth, with a naturally fresh taste, meeting strict USDA organic certification and completely free of growth hormones. Each serving provides up to 18 grams of high-quality protein, helping to maintain muscle mass, which is prone to declining rapidly after age 50, along with natural calcium and probiotics that are good for joints and the digestive system. Many people use it as a base for breakfast, mixing in berries or nuts. Just be sure to refrigerate it properly, as the tub is quite large compared to the needs of someone living alone. There is an item that looks so cheap it's hard to believe, but the true cost actually lies in the part you don't see right away when standing at the shelf. Bulk fresh produce. Looking at the price per pound, bulk fresh produce at Costco is 30 to 40% cheaper than at regular supermarkets. It is the kind of figure that makes anyone want to immediately grab a giant bag of organic lettuce or a mega tub of strawberries to bring home. But the majority of recent retirees are trapping themselves in this very bargain that seems perfect, a form of savings illusion that few notice until they open their refrigerators. Bagged lettuce or spinach has a very short shelf life once opened. A person eating alone can almost never consume it all before the greens turn mushy and spoil. Bagged Peruvian avocados are also a familiar nightmare, ripening unevenly, being stringy and hard inside, or rotting from the core before the skin ever softens. Pre-mixed salad kits also come with dressing packets packed with sugar and salt, quietly wiping out the original benefits of leafy greens. I once bought that exact bag of Peruvian avocados, and all 4 fruits inside had rotten cores before the skin could even ripen, forcing me to throw the entire bag into the trash after just 3 days. Since then, I only buy individual avocados at a store near my house, even if the price per avocado is slightly higher. On consumer quality review forums, quite a few older adults have also shared that they threw away hundreds of dollars every year due to similar situations. A smarter strategy is to buy frozen vegetables at Costco to retain full nutrition long-term, while buying fresh produce only in small, sufficient quantities. High-protein, ready-to-eat chicken breast and beef. A generation of modern seniors is quietly changing the way they eat, prioritizing meals that are quick yet still clean, low in sugar, and high in protein. And Costco's prepared foods section is meeting that exact demand. Kirkland pre-sliced grilled chicken breast is priced at around $14 to $16 for a 1.5-pound bag, with each thin slice evenly cut and showing natural char marks, while Kevin's Natural Foods Korean BBQ beef is priced at around $16 to $17 for a 32-ounce box, cooked using sous vide technology to make the meat fibers extremely tender, requiring just 3 to 5 minutes of heating in the microwave or a quick pan sear to be ready to serve. Both provide from 20 to 24 grams of protein per serving, meeting gluten-free standards with no chemical preservatives or artificial food dyes. Because the sauce packet usually contains around 500 to 580 milligrams of sodium, pairing it with plenty of leafy greens or unseasoned brown rice will help balance blood pressure better, especially for those monitoring this metric closely. The chicken breast is praised for maintaining moisture rather than being dry and crumbly like chicken boiled at home, making it convenient to throw straight onto a salad plate or into a bowl of hot Italian pasta without any extra prep steps. Not everything with a cheap price is suspicious, and the next two items will prove the opposite in a very convincing way. Kirkland's signature frozen organic berry blend. Many longtime Costco shoppers always have a rule of their own. Whenever fresh out-of-season fruit starts getting expensive and spoils easily, they switch straight to buying frozen. The Kirkland frozen berry blend, consisting of raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, is usually the very first choice mentioned, especially for those who are tired of buying fresh fruit only to throw it away because it went bad before they could finish it. The large 4-pound bag costs only about $13.59, featuring a convenient zip-top closure to reseal after every use. Because each individual berry is flash frozen immediately after harvesting, the nutrients are almost completely locked in, and the ice doesn't clump together like many other cheap bags of frozen fruit. Berries are also rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidant compounds beneficial for eyesight and blood vessel walls, which is especially meaningful for people over 50. With an additional 5 grams of fiber per serving, a morning smoothie becomes a truly substantial meal rather than just a sweet treat. Food court pizza. In Costco's baking assembly line, there is a specialized robotic arm responsible for spreading the sauce and sprinkling the cheese, calculating precisely down to the gram to ensure every single pizza is identical no matter which warehouse you buy it from across the United States. Thanks to this, the 18-inch pizza at the food court has maintained its price under $10 for many years, even as inflation has steadily pushed the price of everything else up. Pure mozzarella cheese with no added fillers combined with natural tomato sauce, a thick crust, and a cheese layer that is crispy on the outside yet still soft and rich on the inside, sturdy enough to hold a large slice without it snapping in half midway. Compared to a slice or pie of the same size at Domino's or Papa John's, where prices usually range from $18 to $22, the $9.95 price point here saves you more than half for the exact same serving. Many families make it a habit to order at the self-service kiosk as soon as they walk through the door, so that when they finish shopping and head out, a hot pizza is ready right away without having to wait in line any longer. The $1.50 hot dog and soda combo. This is precisely the item linked to the weekend shopping routine of millions of families every time they stop by Costco, including myself. The giant pizza at the food court at just $1.50 makes it almost impossible for me to resist. This is not merely a handy extra snack to pick up, but almost a ritual. Every time you walk out of Costco, you have to swing by the food court to grab one, even if you had no intention of buying one initially. The secret to keeping the price under $10 for years on end lies in a specialized robotic arm responsible for spreading sauce and sprinkling cheese, calculating accurately down to the gram for every pie at any warehouse. Pure mozzarella cheese, natural tomato sauce, and a thick crust that is crispy on the outside, yet soft and rich on the inside. I once ordered one to bring home for a large family gathering, thinking to myself there would surely be at least a few slices left over. Yet the pie was completely gone even before the main dish. Compared to one of the same size at Domino's or Papa John's, where prices are usually from $18 to $22, the $9.95 price point here is almost an unbelievable truth. There are still many more items waiting ahead, including a name so familiar that no one would ever expect it to be on this list. Costco Bakery Large Sheet Cake. No family gathering goes without Costco's large sheet cake, from birthdays and wedding anniversaries to retirement parties. Even though the price has slightly increased to $27.99 due to ingredient fluctuations, this remains the most unbelievable bargain in the bakery section, with virtually no competitor in the retail bakery industry able to rival it. The 18 by 13-inch size serves 48 standard portions. The vanilla cake comes with a light, creamy vanilla mousse filling, or the chocolate cake comes with a rich chocolate mousse filling, both topped with smooth buttercream that is light and fluffy rather than sickly sweet like many industrial buttercreams. That breaks down to less than 58 cents per slice, 42 to 53% cheaper than the exact same type of cake at Walmart or Publix. For individuals over 50 who need to manage their blood sugar, portion control is recommended because the sugar and saturated fat levels are quite high. Many people also share a tip to cut the cake into 1-inch slices, Line parchment paper between the slices and wrap them tightly to freeze, retaining a soft, moist texture for 3 to 4 months without drying out or getting freezer burn as many might worry. There is an area inside Costco that is always the most crowded and eye-catching, but crowded doesn't mean worth buying, and the next section will point out why. Deli prepared food trays. Walking past Costco's fresh food section, it is hard not to be drawn to the massive ready-to-eat food trays, enough for an entire family feast with no cooking required. However, these chicken taco or meatloaf with mashed potatoes trays are not designed for the needs of retirees, even though they look very appealing at first glance and are always located in the most visible spots in the area. The chicken taco tray is priced around $18, and the meatloaf tray is nearly $20. But a single serving from these trays can contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, more than half the daily recommended limit for people with high blood pressure. Heavy cream sauce and thick pre-processed cheese create a non-trivial burden on the digestive system and increase the risk of atherosclerosis if consumed regularly. Quite a few retirees have been enticed by the initial convenience, only to have to throw away almost half a tray because they couldn't consume it fast enough within the deli's short shelf life, wasting both money and unnecessary cooking effort that could have been avoided. The price paid for this convenience is sometimes much higher than the number printed on the price tag. Imported International Cheese Counter. The imported cheese section at Costco has an unofficial nickname among food connoisseurs. They call it a miniature culinary museum, where it is always the most crowded spot in the warehouse ever since the trend of making homemade cheese and charcuterie boards blew up again in recent years. The 3 most prominent names all carry strict protected designation of origin certifications, something typically seen only at specialized European food markets. The Spanish Manchego, aged 6 months, costs around $11.99 per pound, featuring a semi-hard texture with a nutty, rich aftertaste from wild sheep's milk. The French Isigny Saint-Mere Brie costs around $9.99 per pound, soft and smooth like melting butter, true to Normandy style. The Dutch smoked Gouda costs around $13.96 for a large block, bringing a natural smoky wood aroma that is easy to eat, suitable even for those not used to strong-smelling cheeses. Compared to buying small cuts at high-end specialty import markets, this price point saves you from 20 to 40%. Aged cheeses like Manchego are also virtually lactose-free after the fermentation process, making them very suitable for older adults with sensitive digestive systems. Not all savings advice comes from numbers. Sometimes it comes from the actual experience of longtime users. Vanilla extract and vanilla ice cream. In the kitchens of baking lovers, there are 2 things that always appear together in the Costco cart: a bottle of pure vanilla extract and a tub of super premium standard vanilla ice cream. The 16-ounce vanilla bottle is rich and concentrated, with no chemical adulteration, while the ice cream achieves a smooth richness thanks to a high fat content true to high-end standards. Scooping up a spoon, you can already notice a thickness completely different from regular ice cream. Many home bakers have shared on forums that Kirkland's vanilla flavor still retains its deep aroma after baking at high temperatures, without evaporating and losing its smell like many other cheap vanillas often found in conventional supermarkets. A $35 bottle may sound expensive, but calculated per teaspoon, it is significantly cheaper than the 2-ounce retail bottles sold at supermarkets, especially for those who bake frequently. The double tub vanilla ice cream is also 30 to 40% cheaper than premium lines like Häagen-Dazs, yet the quality is virtually indistinguishable in direct side-by-side taste tests. Kirkland pet food. The cost of raising a pet is rising so fast that many families have to find an escape route from expensive vet brands, and Kirkland's grain-free food line is becoming the most talked-about alternative in pet owner communities. High in protein with meat at the top of the ingredient list, the quality is virtually equivalent to high-end veterinary lines, yet the price is significantly cheaper. Many owners share that their pets experienced a noticeable reduction in skin allergies and digestive disorders after switching to this grain-free line, by no means inferior to the $80 to $90 bags of food at specialized pet stores that they were previously loyal to. Buying in large 30 to 35-pound bags helps multi-pet families save $200 to $400 every year, a substantial figure over the long run, enough to cover a routine pet wellness checkup. The list still holds just one last major surprise, something that will make you look back at everything you just watched. Kirkland Signature Vodka. Few products at Costco generate as much social media debate as the $19.99 bottle of Kirkland vodka for a 1.75-liter handle, simply because its quality far exceeds what such a budget price tag should have, leaving quite a few liquor connoisseurs wondering if there was a mistake. The French vodka line undergoes 5 to 6 distillations for an astonishing smoothness, often compared on par with premium brands several times more expensive. The American vodka line, bottled in a shorter handle, is bolder and better suited for making cocktails at home rather than drinking neat. In blind taste tests, Kirkland's French version has repeatedly scored on par with, or even surpassed, bottles priced 2 or 3 times higher. An almost perfect choice for serving large gatherings while still maintaining the necessary elegance, without worrying about complaints regarding alcohol quality. Kirkland Signature Whole Rotisserie Chicken. If one had to pick the single most iconic product in Costco's history, the $4.99 whole rotisserie chicken has virtually no rival, selling so well that it has become a legend on par with the hot dog combo. Yet this very fan-favorite dish is hiding the single biggest health risk for older adults this year. An unexpected paradox when queuing up to buy every weekend. The amount of sodium used for seasoning in pre-cooked rotisserie chicken is typically at a very high level, causing water retention, bloating, and placing direct pressure on the cardiovascular system and kidneys. More notably, sodium phosphate used to retain moisture, and carrageenan extracted from seaweed to hold meat. Texture have been pointed out as triggers for intestinal inflammation and bloating in people with sensitive digestive systems. At $4.99, this remains a fantastic economic solution for large families or young, healthy people who can digest this amount of sodium without experiencing any issues. But for older adults needing to manage blood pressure and possessing a more sensitive immune system, the risk from this amount of sodium and additives far outweighs the few dollars of savings it brings. 2 families each spending $200 at Costco this week could end up with completely different health outcomes, depending on whether they pick frozen salmon or a salty deli tray. The difference does not lie in the amount of money spent, but in the 3 seconds you take to read the label before tossing an item into the shopping cart. A small habit, but powerful enough to transform a whole decade of health. Thanks to a natural fermentation process that uses absolutely no industrial vinegar, this jar of pickles contains billions of probiotics that are incredibly precious for your digestive system. Priced at just $6.99, it is significantly cheaper than buying at other retail supermarkets, where similar lines of naturally fermented pickles usually cost much more due to complex production processes and longer aging times. A quick tip for you. After finishing the pickles, don't rush to throw the brine away. You can use it to mix a very unique, refreshing glass of pickle lemonade for the summer, or drink it directly in small sips every morning to consistently replenish probiotics. Some people even use it to marinate chicken before grilling because the mild tartness helps tenderize the meat. With its clean, tart flavor and crunchy texture, it pairs perfectly with a homemade burger platter, deserving a perfect 10 for both health and flavor. 2. Jesse's and Ben's fries cooked in 100% beef tallow. If you ever miss the taste of McDonald's French fries from back when they were fried in beef tallow before the 1990s, Jesse and Ben's French fries at Costco might make you nostalgic from the very first bite. Instead of using hydrogenated vegetable oils like the vast majority of industrial products today, these potatoes are fried entirely in pure beef tallow, with an ingredient list consisting of just 3 basic ingredients: no preservatives and no artificial flavors. At Costco, a 2-pound bag is priced at $11.99, saving you a neat sum compared to buying smaller bags at Target or Whole Foods, where this exact same product line usually gets marked up due to smaller-scale distribution channels. When prepared using an air fryer or an oven, the fries turn a beautiful golden brown. The outer crust is crispy, while the inside still retains the natural moisture and rich flavor of the potatoes without being soggy with oil like many other frozen fries on the market. For families looking to reduce industrial seed oils in their daily meals, this is just about the cleanest frozen French fry option you can find at a large-scale retail chain. Have you ever noticed that you are paying more just because you bought the small size, even though the large size is actually much cheaper when calculated per unit? 3. Ithaca Hummus. A 26-ounce tub of Ithaca hummus is sitting on Costco shelves at a price that makes buyers do a double take, costing just $7.49. This is because for the exact same product at conventional retail stores, a tub only half that size already costs between $5 and $6. The minimalist ingredients consist only of chickpeas, pure olive oil, and seasonings, in which the chickpea ingredients are certified free of glyphosate, a harmful active ingredient commonly found in Roundup weed killer that many scientists are warning about regarding its long-term impacts on gut health. The texture of this hummus tub is also noticeably smoother than many mass-market brands, thanks to a higher ratio of olive oil, which keeps the dip from drying out or clumping after sitting in the refrigerator for a few days. This is a highly suitable choice to use as a dip, alongside tortilla chips, raw carrots, or cucumber sticks for healthy snacks. 4. Kirkland brand sea salt popcorn. At less than 30 cents per single serving bag, that is the price of the 36-bag box of Kirkland brand sea salt popcorn, costing just $9.99 for the entire box. The corn kernels used for production are also certified non-GMO. But the biggest highlight lies in the fact that the manufacturer has completely replaced industrial seed oils, which many nutritionists have warned against in recent years due to their high inflammation-causing omega-6 content, with 100% pure coconut oil. This is a highly suitable snack to prepare for kids to take to school or to keep stocked for weekend movie nights at home. It offers the convenience of individual small bags while eliminating any worries about the type of popping oil used inside, unlike many other conventional supermarket popcorn brands. Are you sure you always read the ingredient list carefully before putting an item into your cart? Or do you just look at the high-protein keyword on the packaging? 5. David Protein Bar. If you just look at the packaging and the marketing figures, the David Protein Bar looks like a perfect choice. It is advertised to have extremely high protein content, yet extremely low calories, which is exactly the kind of thing that makes gym goers or dieters fall in love at first sight on the shelf. But when I flipped the back of the box over, this turned out to be the most disappointing name in this new product batch. A trap hidden right inside the ingredient list that very few people take the time to read carefully. To cut down on calories, the manufacturer used genetically modified ingredients along with artificial sweeteners like maltitol, sucralose, and ACE-K. Even more concerning, the product also contains a proprietary modified vegetable oil that the human body can barely digest, meaning you are literally consuming fake calories. Ingesting these invisible fats over the long term can leave significant consequences for your gut microbiome, even causing bloating or indigestion in some individuals sensitive to artificial sweeteners. Don't let the marketing numbers fool you. It's best to leave this protein bar on the shelf and look for an option with a more honest ingredient list, like the grass-fed beef chomp sticks that we will mention later. 6. 7 Sundays Wild Berry Protein Oats. The breakfast oatmeal from 7 Sundays has just been upgraded with a glyphosate-free certification seal, putting to rest recent consumer worries about residual weed killer left over in conventional grains. One serving provides up to 10 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber, thanks to the inclusion of chia seeds, flax seeds, and oat protein in the formula. A rare figure in the instant oatmeal segment at this price point. The large 32-ounce bag is priced under $10, offering a naturally mild sweetness from maple syrup, blended with dried blueberries, cranberries, and cherries, without needing any added sugar or honey. You can cook it quickly with warm water on a busy morning or soak it overnight in the refrigerator to have a cold breakfast ready when you wake up. Compared to pre-packaged granolas that are usually loaded with sugar, this is a much more balanced breakfast choice for the whole family, including young children who need extra fiber. A cheap price doesn't always mean low quality, and what comes next will be the clearest proof in this entire list. 7. Malk Almond Milk. This is a rare, truly clean almond milk line on Costco shelves, as Malk's ingredient list completely eliminates thickeners, vegetable oils, and emulsifiers that commonly appear in almost every other mass-market nut milk brand. The ingredients consist only of filtered water, organic almonds, and Himalayan pink salt. Nothing more, nothing less. Exactly what a glass of homemade almond milk should be. Because it does not use artificial fillers to create fake thickness, the actual almond content in each cup of Malk milk is significantly higher than other brands currently available at Costco, even though the retail price is not much different. The milk has a clean, rich flavor without that chemically thick consistency. And since it contains no emulsifiers, it may naturally separate. You just need to shake well before using, which is completely normal and not a sign of spoilage. Many morning coffee brewers also notice that this milk creates a much smoother foam compared to nut milks containing emulsifiers, making it a perfect fit for anyone who likes to make lattes at home. The price of $12.99 for a 2-pack of 40-ounce cartons is a huge bargain for those who prefer a healthy lifestyle, and frequently make coffee or smoothies every morning. 8. Kirkland Signature Whole Bean Coffee, Limited Edition. A limited edition specialty coffee line from the region of Oaxaca, the culinary capital of Mexico, has just appeared on Kirkland Signature shelves in limited quantities. Single-origin coffee always delivers a purer and more premium flavor profile than the mass-market blended coffees commonly found, as the beans are not mixed from multiple growing regions with different characteristics. Even though it does not carry an organic label, since the bean's protective shell is naturally very thick, making it less dependent on organic standards, this 2-pound coffee bag remains a huge bargain at under $17, much lower than specialty coffee in the same segment at artisanal craft coffee roasters. The aroma of the Oaxaca coffee beans is incredibly captivating as soon as you open the packaging, carrying hints of hazelnut and the characteristic mild-sweet aftertaste of Mexican Highland coffee. However, keep in mind that whole bean coffee only retains its peak freshness within 2 weeks after opening the bag, unless you have a specialized vacuum sealer for preservation at home. Therefore, it is best to only grind the right amount needed for the week instead of pre-grinding the entire bag. 9. Chomps Smoky BBQ Beef Sticks. If you have ever seen the Chomps display at Costco, filled with nothing but familiar flavors like teriyaki or original, this time, a completely new flavor has just appeared, Smoky BBQ Beef, right as the outdoor grilling season is starting to pick up. Each stick delivers 10 grams of protein along with 7 grams of healthy fats from grass-fed beef, a combination that keeps you full longer and fits perfectly with keto or paleo diets. The naturally sweet and savory flavor comes from cherry powder, red pepper, and garlic powder, with absolutely no preservatives in the ingredient list, and the texture still retains a moderate chewiness rather than being dry and tough like some other pre-packaged beef jerkies. Compared to making a batch of beef jerky at home, which takes a whole evening of watching the oven, this is a much faster way to get the same amount of protein without any extra cleanup. A box of 12 sticks costs $19, making it compact enough to carry in a purse or a car glove compartment, which is highly suitable for road trips or when you need a quick energy boost between work hours without turning to sugary snacks. 10. True Story Organic Hot Dogs. Costco has never had a hot dog line made entirely from organic grass-fed beef until True Story appeared on the shelves, priced at $12.99 for 2 packs, totaling 30 ounces. The ingredients are very clean, using only natural spices like nutmeg, chili powder, ginger, and paprika, providing 6 grams of protein per link. A quite impressive figure compared to many industrial hot dog lines in the same price range that still mix in fillers to cut costs. The most notable point lies in what is not in the ingredient list. No sodium erythorbate, no nitrates, and no hydrolyzed soy protein, controversial preservatives that still appear left and right in conventional industrial hot dogs sold at most supermarkets. When grilled on a grate or pan-seared, the outer skin still stays slightly crispy, just like outdoor grilled hot dogs, without becoming mushy or soft like some other organic lines often tend to do. The word "new" on the packaging is sometimes just a promise, and the next section will test whether that promise is kept or not. 11. Skinny Dipped Chocolate Coconut Almond Bites. If you used to be obsessed with the Almond Joy candy bar, Skinny Dipped sounds like a dream version, retaining the familiar coconut and almond flavor but labeled as significantly healthier than the original. Looking at the ingredient list, whole almonds, pure cocoa powder, and the sugar content per piece is only about 3 grams. Everything looks so good that it gives buyers peace of mind to toss the whole bag into their cart without thinking twice. But looking a bit closer, the product still uses cane sugar and coconut sugar, so it cannot be called purely clean in the way the advertising implies on the packaging. The outer texture is slightly crunchy, and the shredded coconut layer inside is quite thick, closer to the structure of the original candy bar than a true nutritional snack. And the sweetness is still quite noticeable from the very first bite, rather than being bland like some other Eat Clean candies. Even so, this is still a much better choice compared to mass-market industrial sweet candies. Just don't expect it to be absolutely perfect like what is painted on the box. Many people buy it out of curiosity for the word "skinny" on the packaging, but if the goal is to completely cut out refined sugar, this is not the final stop just yet. 12. Churn Grass-Fed Garlic Butter. A dollop of garlic butter spread over a freshly pan-seared steak or chicken breast can completely change the home dining experience. And that is exactly what the Churn Butter line achieves. Made from 100% grass-fed dairy butter combined with pure olive oil, roasted garlic, shallots, lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, and herbs. This is a finishing butter meant to complete a dish, rather than being used for cooking from the very beginning like regular butter. The butter texture is soft and smooth at room temperature, melting quickly when it meets the heat from a freshly cooked piece of meat, creating a rich, glossy sauce layer surrounding it without needing any other seasonings, including salt or pepper. For pan-seared salmon or baked potatoes, just a small slice of butter placed on top while it's still hot is enough to create a rich flavor profile without having to prepare a separate sauce. The large 12-ounce tub is priced at $9.89, which is enough to use for many meals if you only need a small amount each time, turning a regular dish into something that looks like it was just finished by a restaurant chef right on your own dining table. Try to guess which item on today's list is hiding the most sugar. 13. Pecan butter cobbler granola. Granola has always had a reputation as a healthy breakfast food, packed with fiber and enough energy to start the day. And Kirkland's new pecan butter cobbler bag looks like no exception with its packaging imagery full of nuts and golden roasted oats. But looking at the nutrition facts label, just half a cup contains up to 16 grams of added sugar, accounting for nearly 35% of the daily recommended intake. A figure that few would ever expect just by glancing at a package filled with images of natural pecans and oats. Instead of using pure honey, the manufacturer chose high fructose corn syrup to create the binding texture and baked cobbler flavor. This is a leading trigger for visceral fat accumulation and blood sugar spikes, something the body needs to especially avoid after the age of 35. The intense sweetness from the very first bite is also an easily recognizable sign if you pay close attention when sampling at the counter, tasting almost as sweet as some types of cookies rather than standard breakfast cereal. The large 36-ounce zip-top bag is priced at $14.49, a price point that is by no means cheap for a product that needs careful consideration before tossing into your cart, especially when there are still a few other granola choices with significantly less sugar sitting on the exact same shelf. 14. Blueland toilet bowl cleaners. The strong smell of chlorine in the supermarket cleaning supplies aisle is enough to make many people hold their breath and walk past quickly, and Blueland brings a noteworthy alternative for those who are tired of that. The product has achieved the strict EWG verified certification, using entirely plant-based and mineral-derived ingredients instead of the chemical-based bleaches that remain prevalent in today's retail market. A long-lasting set costs $18.99. The effervescent tablets dissolve evenly in water and clean stains well thanks to a natural enzyme mechanism, eliminating the need for artificial fragrances to mask odors like many conventional cleaning products often do. The usage is also simple. Just drop a tablet into the bowl without needing to wear thick gloves or open windows for ventilation like you do when using chlorine-based bleach. For families with young children or pets frequently entering the bathroom area, this is also a way to reduce residual chemicals in the air without having to trade off cleaning effectiveness. There is still one more name to avoid sitting at the very end, even though the new product list is about to return with a few gentler options. 15. Jolie Showerhead Filter. The tap water running through your showerhead every day carries more things than you think. And if your home does not have a whole house filtration system for the entire water supply, the Jolie Showerhead is an investment worth considering before thinking about installing a much more expensive large-scale system. Clinical trials clearly detailed on the box show that the filter completely removes lead, chlorine, and heavy metals from tap water before it touches the skin, helping to significantly improve hair and scalp health over time. The water pressure after installation does not drop at all, as many people worry about with other types of filter heads, and replacing the filter cartridge does not require specialized tools. You just hand tighten it, installing it yourself in a few minutes without having to call a plumber. Costco sells a version that comes with enough backup filter cartridges for a whole year at $139. A fairly economical price to upgrade the quality of life for the whole family without having to renovate the household piping. For anyone weighing the option of installing a thousands of dollars whole house water filtration system, this is a budget-friendly starting step to test the effectiveness before making a larger investment. 16. Actual Veggies Organic Black Bean Burger. Looking at the ingredient list, the Actual Veggies Organic Black Bean Veggie Burger patties that just hit Costco shelves look like a dream for clean eaters. They are made from real vegetables, certified organic, with no preservatives and no artificial binders. But a product carrying all the healthy labels can still stumble at the most crucial step of the actual eating experience. Because it uses no gelling agents or artificial binders, the bond between the black beans, bell peppers, and onions is quite loose. Just a few minutes of thawing, and the patty can crumble the moment it touches a spatula. The flavor is also blander than expected, with many taste testers describing it as looking and tasting like unsalted mashed potatoes mixed with black beans. Furthermore, the individually vacuum-sealed packaging causes moisture to condense during frozen storage. Thawing it according to instructions makes the patty even soggier, making it difficult to achieve a crispy crust when pan-searing. On Reddit, quite a few buyers shared their outright disappointment. One person recalled that after leaving the patty out for just a few minutes while prepping other ingredients, it fell apart before even touching the pan. This is probably not the first veggie burger option you should try. Before leaving the checkout lane, flip over the back of the box of granola or the protein bar you just picked up. It only takes a few seconds to check the added sugars line, but it can help your whole family avoid an eating habit that silently causes harm for months on end. Chances are you're missing out on hundreds of dollars every year without even realizing it. Because in 2026, a whole host of hidden senior perks remain completely unadvertised, and almost no one knows them all. Are you ready to claim your forgotten money? You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 18. Same-day delivery via Instacart. Saving money doesn't always require driving all the way to the warehouse. Costco quietly teamed up with Instacart back in 2017, and over the last 2 years, this partnership has expanded so much that many people haven't even noticed yet. Just open the Costco app or go directly to sameday.costco.com, and you can order right from your local warehouse and have everything delivered to your doorstep in as little as an hour. The minimum order is just $35, a threshold that's incredibly easy to hit if you need a few cases of water, a giant bag of pet food, or any heavy items you'd rather not haul yourself. What makes this service especially attractive comes down to a fine print detail that Costco never heavily promotes. Executive members get a $10 monthly credit automatically applied to their same-day delivery orders, and the annual 2% reward is still calculated based on the original warehouse prices, completely unaffected by delivery fees. Many shoppers frankly call this one of the most overlooked perks, simply because most members have never noticed this credit appearing on their receipts. 17. The math behind the executive membership investment. Many people stand at the customer service desk, look at the $130 price tag for the executive membership, and quietly walk away to choose the Gold Star card, which is half the price. That is a natural reaction, but it's a flawed calculation from the very start. Instead of viewing this as an extra expense, think of it as an investment that pays steady annual dividends. The executive membership offers 2% cash back on almost all eligible purchases, and the break-even point for the card to pay for itself is around $3,250 in annual spending, which is just over $270 a month. For an average family spending about $68 a week on groceries, hitting $3,500 a year happens almost automatically without any extra effort. When that time comes, the annual cashback check of around $70 will fully cover the price difference you paid to upgrade. What comes next is what truly makes many members rethink the entire way they've been shopping all this time. 16. The shield of the executive money-back guarantee. Imagine you just spent $130 to upgrade to the executive membership, but looking back at your receipts at the end of the year, you realize you didn't spend enough to break even. With most other paid membership programs, this is the moment you'd kick yourself for rushing into a decision, and that price difference would be gone for good with no way to get it back. However, Costco hides a policy that employees rarely bring up unless you ask directly, and that exact policy completely reverses this seemingly lost situation. It's the upgrade protection policy exclusive to the executive membership. If, after a year of use, your total 2% cashback doesn't reach the $65 mark, which is exactly the difference in fees between the two membership tiers, you just need to walk up to the customer service desk and request the remaining balance in cash. This means you are testing out all the premium benefits of the executive card with virtually zero financial risk. In the end, there are only two possibilities. You either break even or you come out ahead. You never actually lose money. 15. Buying direct from the manufacturer via Costco next. Quite a few people have walked through the warehouse aisles looking for the perfect patio set or a high-end toy for their grandchild, completely unaware that those items are never displayed in stores. They live on a separate platform called Costco Next, where Costco acts as a middleman to negotiate deals directly with major manufacturers instead of stocking the inventory in its own warehouses. The way it works is quite simple. You place your order through this portal, and the product is packaged and shipped directly from the brand's factory or warehouse straight to your doorstep. This completely bypasses the intermediate warehousing stages that Costco typically handles. By eliminating this step, prices on Costco Next are usually significantly lower than buying the exact same product elsewhere, even though it is still 100% authentic merchandise, not knockoffs or cheap surplus inventory. Some of the things about to be said might make you pause, pick up your phone, and immediately check your own account. 14. Stacking discounts between AARP and Costco. A lot of members are carrying two cards in their wallets at the same time that have the power to stack rewards together. Yet for years, they've used them separately as if they were completely unrelated. If you are over 50 and hold both an AARP card and a Costco card, chances are you are one of them. And a form of savings that very few people ever think about is sitting right in your wallet, waiting to be activated. Take the Denny's restaurant chain, for example, which always gives a direct 15% discount to customers who present their AARP card. Instead of paying with cash as usual, you can stop by Costco beforehand to buy Denny's gift cards at a built-in discount. Then, when you sit down for your meal, you can present your AARP card to shave even more off the bill. These two layers of stacked discounts can add up to nearly 30% off for the exact same meal. This means a $100 bill for the whole family could drop to around $70 if you calculate the application order correctly. This strategy isn't just limited to restaurants. Many movie theaters and certain home improvement chains also offer similar AARP discounts. It's just that not many people have thought about combining them. 13. Lifetime jewelry maintenance. The diamond and watch display case right by the main entrance is always the first place to catch your eye when walking into the warehouse. However, most people passing by only stop to admire and then walk away, completely unaware of the quiet after-sales commitment that comes with every piece of jewelry. Costco offers free cleaning, prong inspection, and periodic maintenance with absolutely no time limit or extra fees for all jewelry purchased there. If you need a ring resized, the cost is virtually zero compared to taking it to an independent private jeweler, where a simple resizing could easily run you dozens of dollars. From this point on, everything starts to directly tie into the largest household expenses, where a small mistake can cost hundreds of dollars. 12. Costco Auto Program. Anyone who has ever stepped into a car dealership knows that feeling. Salespeople swarm around you, unexpected fees appear just when you thought you locked in a good price, and the entire afternoon slips away in tense negotiations. The Costco Auto Program was created almost entirely to wipe out that experience. Thanks to its volume purchasing power, Costco pre-negotiates with authorized dealerships across the United States to fix a price lower than the sticker price, and then makes that pricing transparent right from the start. You simply select your desired vehicle model through the online system, and you are then connected with the exact representative who has agreed to sell at the pre-negotiated price. No haggling, no hidden fees, and no more sitting around for hours while the salesperson continuously goes back and forth to get approval from the manager. Car buyers using this program save an average of about $1,000, not to mention the hours of stress they no longer have to endure. For those who dread negotiating the most, this is practically the only way to walk away from a car purchase still in a good mood. 11. Costco Travel Portal. For the exact same hotel, the exact same check-in date, and the exact same room tier, two people can still pay prices that differ by up to several $100s, simply because one person knew where to book. When planning a long vacation, most people's natural reflex is to immediately open familiar booking sites to compare prices, forgetting that the very card they are holding in their wallet can open another portal, Costco Travel, which often hides vacation packages including flights, hotels, and rental cars at significantly more competitive rates. The rental car sector is where the difference is most apparent. Many benefits that other places usually charge extra for are built in here, such as a free second driver registration, no cancellation fees, and sometimes even a Costco gift card worth dozens of dollars after the trip ends. With all-inclusive resort vacation packages, it is not uncommon for Costco Travel to include free breakfast or room upgrades that even the hotels themselves do not publicly advertise on their official homepages. 10. All-inclusive tire service package. If you only compare the listed prices, tires at Costco look pretty much the same as those at specialized chains like Discount Tire or Pep Boys. At first glance, there seems to be nothing special to talk about. But the real savings lie in the accompanying after-sales services, something that employees rarely explain proactively unless you ask them directly. By purchasing tires here, you automatically receive a 5-year road hazard warranty, along with free periodic tire rotations, balancing, and nitrogen inflation for the entire lifespan of the tire set. At most other repair garages, a single tire rotation or balancing session alone costs between $20 and $40 per visit. If you add up the total number of times this needs to be done over several years of use, the cumulative price difference is even greater than the original cost of the tire itself. The next group of perks involves smaller amounts per occurrence, but it is where money leaks out the easiest. 9. Home insurance via Connect. There is a fixed expense that almost every family owning a home has to pay each year, but rarely thinks about renegotiating. Home insurance premiums. Costco quietly partners with Connect, a program issued by American Family Insurance, to offer an exclusive home insurance package for members, operating as an intermediate portal instead of you having to call individual companies yourself to compare prices. Anyone holding an executive card also gets the policy application fee completely waived right from the enrollment step, a cost that many other insurance companies still quietly add to the first-year bill. The premiums through this intermediate portal are typically 15% to 20% lower compared to contacting the insurance company directly for the exact same coverage limit on the house. For a family paying an average of $130 a month for home insurance, this price difference alone each year is enough to cover most of the membership fee, without even counting any other purchases. 8. The food court. While prices at every fast food chain continue to skyrocket, Costco's giant beef hot dog and refill soda combo has stood firm at $1.50 for nearly 4 decades. Executive management views this as a strategic loss leader to retain customers, accepting a near-zero profit margin. Furthermore, at many locations featuring outdoor food courts, you can absolutely buy a hot lunch without ever showing a membership card. To put the sheer absurdity of this price into perspective, a similar combo at popular fast food chains has now crossed the $7 to $9 mark after years of inflation adjustments. In other words, Costco's price today is cheaper than a medium coffee at many local coffee shops, a price gap that almost nowhere else in the American retail industry has managed to maintain for that many years. There is a question that almost no one ever asks themselves when standing at the checkout lane, and it might be costing you money every single week. 7. The discounted gift card. Before diving deep inside the warehouse, just stopping for a few minutes at the gift card display can already get you more spending power than the money you put down. Costco regularly distributes gift cards for restaurant chains, movie tickets, or service brands at common discounts ranging from 15% to 20%. For instance, you only need to pay $79.99 to get a pack of cards worth $100, which serves as a direct discount on all regular entertainment spending for the whole family. This card inventory changes constantly with each batch, meaning a brand you frequently use might disappear from the shelf on your next visit. That is also why many members make it a habit to swing by this area every time they visit the warehouse, even when they have no intention of buying anything else that day besides a few essentials. 6. Free hearing screenings. A comprehensive hearing test at a private clinic usually costs between $250 and $350 without insurance coverage. This very barrier causes many people entering middle age to choose to live with declining hearing rather than getting checked. Costco sets up full hearing aid centers right inside their warehouses, where any member can book a free screening with a certified specialist in a standard soundproof room with absolutely no sales pressure. If the results show that technological assistance is needed, the price difference is what truly shocks people. A pair of premium hearing aids on the open market can run between $4,000 and $8,000, while the new generation models at Costco only range from $1,400 to $2,200 per pair, thanks to their bulk negotiating power with Philips, Rexton, or Jabra. Furthermore, all subsequent adjustments, cleanings, and ear tip replacements are completely free for the lifetime of the product. Quite a few members have received a quote of $4,500 for a pair of premium devices at a specialized dealership, only to find the exact equivalent model here at just a third of the price. a price gap large enough for a married couple who both need devices to save several $1,000s in a single shopping trip. Have you ever calculated how much extra money you pay in a year simply because you didn't know you had other options? The next section will give you the answer. 5. The public pharmacy. In most U.S. states, public medical services inside wholesale clubs are not allowed to restrict buyers. Therefore, you can completely walk past the security entrance and say you are going to the pharmacy without needing to show a membership card, and the staff will happily invite you right in. Thanks to a low profit margin philosophy strictly applied to the pharmaceutical department, the cash prices for many generic drugs for blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol here are often significantly cheaper than the copay after Medicare Part D insurance at major pharmacy chains. 4. Leverage the price triangle hack. Before swiping your card at any pharmacy counter, savvy shoppers always spend less than 2 minutes checking the out-of-pocket cash price at Costco, looking up discount coupons on the GoodRx app, and comparing them against the copay amounts under their current insurance plan before deciding where to pay. The GoodRx app is completely free and requires no insurance. You simply enter the medication name to immediately generate a price comparison table of nearby pharmacies. Costco's pricing very frequently comes out on top, particularly for 90-day supply prescriptions, helping many families save anywhere from a few hundred to thousands of dollars annually on fixed medical expenses. For a 90-day supply prescription of atorvastatin at a 20 milligram dosage, the out-of-pocket cash price at Costco is typically under $12. Applying this exact comparison to lisinopril, another common blood pressure medication, many members report that the price at Costco for the same supply cycle also hovers around just $10 to $15. If a senior is taking both of these chronic medications concurrently, the price difference alone can easily reach the few $100 mark each year. The next section might be the single most underestimated area, yet it is where many people lose the most money without even realizing it. 3. Save nearly half on a pair of glasses. You can easily dish out $150 to $200 per eye exam at independent optometry clinics, whereas Costco optical charges only about $50 to $80 for the equivalent service, despite using the exact same modern equipment and fully licensed optometrists. Once you have your prescription, getting your glasses cut here saves you an additional 40% to 60%, with a complete pair of single-vision glasses, including the frame and scratch-resistant, anti-glare lenses, starting at just $70 to $150. Contact lens wearers are not left out either, as Costco commits to price-matching major online retailers, meaning you practically do not need to waste effort comparing prices across different sites yourself anymore. For those who require more complex lenses such as progressives or bifocals, the price difference is enough to cover an entire month's worth of household grocery expenses, something many people have never even thought about. 2. Mobile health screenings. On weekends, Costco frequently hosts free health screenings right in the main aisle of the warehouse floor, conducted by reputable medical partners without requiring an appointment and without taking you away from your routine grocery trip. Blood pressure readings, blood glucose tests, cholesterol checks, and bone density screenings are all included, metrics that many people only think about once clear symptoms present themselves, when in reality, the majority of early-stage blood pressure or blood sugar issues show no noticeable signs at all. While this cannot replace a routine checkup with a primary care physician, it still serves as an effective early warning tool, helping catch abnormalities before they turn into costly medical problems, all without spending a single dime except for a few minutes of your time during your shopping trip. 1. The safety for every budget. With the exception of major electronics and appliances, which are limited to a 90-day window, almost every other item at Costco is covered under an absolute satisfaction guarantee with no time limit. A blender purchased 2 years ago that suddenly stops working, an outdoor patio furniture set that fades after a harsh winter, or even a mattress you have slept on for months but still find uncomfortable can all be brought back for a full refund without hassle or lengthy explanations. For families managing a tight budget, this is the ultimate assurance that every single dollar spent at Costco is protected against the risk of purchasing defective goods, a quiet safety net running underneath all 18 perks previously mentioned. Save this video And cross-check every single item on your next shopping trip, because every perk you apply correctly translates directly into real cash back in your pocket with no need to wait for luck or special promotional offers. Going to Costco without knowing these 35 deals is a huge mistake for your wallet. I did a walkthrough of the warehouse floor this morning and picked the absolute best value for money deals just for you. Do not miss out on the best shopping opportunities during this instant savings period. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Dyson V10 Cordless Stick Vacuum. The Dyson V10 Cordless Vacuum was the very first item that made me stop and linger the longest. The original retail price once hit a peak of $750, but after several incremental markdowns, it has officially entered clearance status at a staggering $399.97. The machine is incredibly lightweight at under 6 pounds, can run continuously for up to 60 minutes per charge, and delivers an impressive 30% more suction power than the older V8 model. For homemakers who frequently clean multi-story houses, this is a major bargain well worth considering. 2. Tenneco iFloor. Go 3-in-1, wet/dry vacuum and mop. If your budget doesn't quite stretch to a Dyson yet, the 3-in-1 wet/dry vacuum and mop combo is sitting at $129.97, a much more wallet-friendly alternative. This is considered the secret weapon for households with hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl plank flooring. It cleans up spilled milk or messy toddler soups effortlessly thanks to its powerful suction combined with a roller brush that scrubs continuously as you move. My absolute favorite feature is the self-cleaning button. Just press it once when you are finished, and the machine automatically flushes and cleans the roller brush itself. 3. Shark Steam Pocket Mop. For households with small children or pets who always worry about chemical cleaning residues left behind on the floor, the Shark Steam Pocket Mop is currently down to just $39.97, making it an option well worth your attention. The mop weighs just a bit over 6 pounds, features an 18-foot power cord so you can clean large rooms without constantly unplugging, and comes with 2 washable, reusable microfiber pads. The entire sanitation process relies solely on hot steam without a single drop of chemicals, making it both highly effective at killing bacteria and 100% safe for elderly family members and pets alike. 4. LG 75-inch Class 4K Smart TV. The LG 75-inch UR7700 series is currently marked down to $499, a price point rarely seen for a large format display from this brand, and it even includes a 5-year All-State Protection Plan warranty at no extra cost. The picture quality is sharp with steady resolution, making it a perfect replacement for an old TV in the family living room this season. According to what I heard from the warehouse employees this morning, deep price cuts like this usually don't last long because inventory levels are dropping quite fast. So if you plan to buy one, it's best to verify store inventory on the website before driving over so you don't end up going home empty-handed. There are 3 more TVS currently enjoying rock-bottom pricing, and one of them features the highest percentage markdown I have recorded since the beginning of the year. 5. Samsung 75-inch Class 4K Smart TV. Samsung has also rolled out its 75-inch series at the exact same price point of $499 for those who prefer the familiar Smart TV operating system and the vibrantly rich color profiles signature to the brand. The stock situation is no different from the LG model I just mentioned. Deal hunters are showing up in droves, so quantities at many warehouses are visibly shrinking day by day, with some locations reporting only a few floor models left on the display shelves. Both of these 75-inch models come bundled with a 5-year warranty from Allstate, which is an incredible added bonus that saves you from purchasing a separate, standalone protection plan. 6. 85-inch Premium Big Screen TV. If your budget is a bit more flexible and you want to invest in a massive screen that will make the entire living room drop their jaws every time guests come over, this premium-tier 85-inch TV is marked down to $1,299.97, hundreds of dollars lower than its price at the start of the year. With this colossal size, every single seat in the room remains fully immersive when the whole family gathers to watch sports or weekend blockbuster movies. If your household frequently hosts weekend football watch parties, This deserves to be the most practical tech upgrade investment for the year. 7. Hisense 43-inch Class 4K Smart TV. Marked down to $149.97, this Hisense 43-inch TV features a standard 4K 60Hz display. It doesn't come with any standout technology, but it is more than good enough for a bedroom or a home gym setup. This is a complete no-brainer choice if you just need a secondary TV, and the machine still comes bundled with the exact same comprehensive 5-year warranty protection plan as the larger TV models on this list. 8. CyberPower 900-watt uninterruptible power supply. With a 900-watt capacity, this uninterruptible power supply is currently marked down to $99.97, featuring 10 AC outlets, with a battery backup runtime of up to 220 minutes. That is plenty of time to shut down your computer properly, or wait for the generator to kick in when your area encounters severe storms or sudden blackouts in the middle of the night. This is also a simple way to protect your Wi-Fi router and modem from abrupt disconnections. Next up, there is an item that if you happen to buy the wrong one, you will have to drive back to Costco to return it in less than a month. Let me show you how to avoid that. 9. Lutech Solar Motion Sensor Security Light. The Lutech Solar Motion Sensor Light is currently sitting at just $19.97, but its specs are by no means cheap. It boasts a wide 240-degree detection angle and a powerful 3,000 lumen brightness, which is enough to illuminate a vast corner of a spacious backyard. What I love most is that the solar panel is separated from the light fixture via a connecting cord, allowing you to position the panel where it gets the best sun exposure while mounting the light exactly at the dark angle that needs illumination. The charging speed is quite fast at 3.5 watts, and past user reviews have also been highly positive. 10. Arctica Solar Landscape Stake Lights. This solar landscape stake light set from Arctica is priced at $19.97, and this is a heartfelt warning I want to give you before you toss it into your cart. Arctica makes great indoor light fixtures, but when it comes to this outdoor solar light line, it is a completely different story. It has a quite high volume of 1-star reviews because the batteries degrade quickly, and the brightness fades significantly after just a few weeks of use. Some buyers reported that they bought 3 sets at once because they loved the premium appearance, but by the 3rd week, the lights lasted less than 45 minutes each night before dying completely, and a few stakes even leaked water after a light rain. If you need landscape lighting, the hardwired string lights from Feet are far more reliable. 11. Brondell Bidet Toilet Seat. For anyone looking to upgrade their bathroom experience without having to mess with the household electrical system, this is a noticeable quality-of-life improvement. It is significantly cleaner and saves on toilet paper expenses in the long run, while being particularly useful for the elderly family members in the house. The Brondell Bidet seat is currently marked down to $49.97. It belongs to the mechanical line, so it requires absolutely no electricity, and installation is quite straightforward with all the necessary hardware included right in the box. 12. Moen Single-Hole Bathroom Faucet. This single-hole bathroom faucet from Moen is down to $49.97. Available in both matte black and brushed nickel finishes to complement your specific bathroom style. The great thing is that the design includes an optional deck plate, so it can be used for both standard single-hole and 3-hole sink configurations, eliminating complex measurements or the worry of buying the wrong size before installation. For anyone planning to spruce up a guest bathroom without spending a fortune, this is a small but highly visible upgrade. If you are planning a DIY bathroom remodel but are hesitant about the costly contractor fees, I will share a money-saving tip that very few people talk about. 13. Kohler Hydro Rail Shower System. Having appeared in the Costco member coupon book not long ago, the Kohler Hydro Rail Shower System has now hit the ideal clearance sweet spot at $99.97 for the luxury brushed nickel finish, which resists fingerprints and calcium buildup quite effectively over time. The Hydro Rail design allows you to upgrade to a rain shower head custom setup without tearing into the wall to alter the interior plumbing lines, significantly saving both contractor expenses and heavy labor when remodeling your bathroom. 14. Golden Select Composite Deck Tiles. If you are planning to redo your patio floor or basement this summer, The composite deck tiles from Golden Select are marked down to $19.97 per pack. This smart interlocking line always sells like hotcakes the moment it hits the shelves. Each pack covers nearly 8 square feet and can be placed directly on concrete foundations, old patios, or tightly compacted gravel. Just avoid installing them on grass, as they will not last long over time. 15. Artica Acoustic Wall Panels. The Artica Acoustic Wall Panels are sitting at an all-time low price point of just $19.97. To recap, this is a completely different line from the Artica Garden Lights I warned you about earlier. They share the same brand but belong to entirely different product categories, so do not confuse the two items. These panels help absorb sound for a home theater setup while serving as an ideal material to DIY a luxury accent wall without hiring a contractor. 16. Mikasa Gallery Frame Set. A frame set high enough in quality to hang in the living room, like the Gallery Frames line from Mikasa, would easily run you around $30 to $40 each at a regular home decor store. Yet Costco is marking the price down to just $16.97 for the entire set, available in both elegant black and gold options. What I love about this manufacturer is that they include multiple pre-cut mats of different sizes right inside the box, so you don't have to buy a new frame. Next up is an item with a small detail that, if you have ever accidentally purchased a similar variety elsewhere, you will absolutely nod along in empathy. 17. Stylecraft Dual Motion Wind Chime. This dual motion wind chime from Stylecraft is sitting at a manager's special price markdown of just $19. The lowest absolute bottom price at this specific warehouse that I have ever recorded over many past visits. The sound it produces is quite deep and soothing, not harsh like many other cheap wind chimes. If you happen to spot it on the shelf while passing through the garden center, do not hesitate to grab it immediately, because managers' special markdowns like this typically appear once and are gone for good. 18. Indoor Area Rug. A rug that is thick enough to not flatten or sag. After a few months of use, usually runs up to $100 at furniture stores. At Costco, however, this indoor area rug, measuring 5 feet 3 inches by 7 feet 6 inches, is marked down to $64.97, compared to its original price of $79.99. The material is heavy-duty, and the neutral color tone is easy to coordinate with various living room configurations or master bedrooms. 19. Blue Air Mini Air Purifier Twin Pack. This twin pack of 2 Blue Air Mini Air Purifiers is marked down to $69.97 for the pair, compared to the original price of around $100. They feature a compact design and run incredibly quiet, to the point where you can barely hear the fan spinning. But do not let the tiny exterior fool you, because a single unit can still process the air for a space up to 432 square feet in just 60 minutes. I used an identical unit at home throughout the entire pollen season last year, and I must admit the noise level was significantly lower than expectations, though in return, the filter indicator light is a bit difficult to see at night. 20. Chef Smart Probe Cooking Thermometer. The Smart Cooking Thermometer, named the Chef Smart Probe, originally carried a retail price of $100, but Costco just dropped the base price tag down to $79.99, and then stacked an additional $20 coupon on top, bringing the actual final price down to $59.99. This calculates out to nearly half off compared to its launch day, making it a clear demonstration of how high-end home appliance prices have been steadily cooling down in recent months. 21. Fantic K200 Cordless Handheld Pressure Washer. The Fantic K200 Cordless Handheld Pressure Washer is currently marked down to $29.97, equivalent to the cost of about 2 trips to a professional car wash, and you get a machine for long-term use without having to stand in line waiting. It features a lightweight foldable design, convenient charging via a Type-C port, and a 5-in-1 nozzle with 3 different pressure levels. This is more than enough for small projects like washing motorcycles or bicycles, or quickly spraying down balcony corners every weekend. There is an upcoming item that is selling so fast that the warehouse has to limit it to a maximum of 2 per person. Let me tell you the reason why. 22. Sharper Image Handheld Massager. The long-handle handheld massager from Sharper Image, specifically the hot and cold reach model, is marked down by 50% off its original price and is currently just $49.97. The long handle helps reach difficult areas on your back that you cannot massage by yourself, plus integrated hot and cold therapy technology with a battery runtime that can last for 2 consecutive hours. I tried an identical model at a friend's house. The heat mode is quite pleasant, though it's a pity that the charging cord is a bit short, requiring you to sit close to an electrical outlet to use it comfortably. 23. Bob Revolution Flex 3.0 Stroller. Bob all-terrain strollers have long been a familiar name among hiking enthusiasts, and the Revolution Flex 3.0 is currently marked down to $399.97, significantly lower than the price points typically seen at specialized baby boutiques. The Flex 3.0 line is noticeably lighter than the previous all-terrain Pro version, and its large wheels provide excellent stability on gravel and rocks. Personally, I view this as one of the largest expenses today, but if your family frequently goes hiking or jogging, this investment is truly worth it. 24. Over and Back 3-piece multi-purpose basket set. With only a few sets left on the shelf this morning, this 3-piece multi-purpose basket set from Over and Back is marked down to $6.97 for the entire set, available in both white and green options. They are very neat for organizing items inside cabinets, the laundry room, or kitchen shelves, and the handles are sturdy so you don't have to worry about them snapping even when packed full of items. A cheap price point like this will absolutely not last until the weekend. 25. Sand and Fog 57-ounce Jumbo Scented Candle. This massive glass jar housing a jumbo scented candle from Sand and Fog, featuring a 57-ounce capacity, is marked down to $16.97. It both scents the home and serves as a decorative centerpiece on shelves without needing an extra vase or other decor pieces. The burn time lasts for hundreds of hours thanks to the highly concentrated essential oils, and the fragrance diffuses evenly throughout an entire spacious living room rather than just lingering around a small corner. If your home has ever experienced a multi-day power outage, the next section will be a checklist you wish you had prepared much sooner. 26. Infinity X1 7000 Lumen Hybrid Flashlight. The 7000 lumen brightness of the Infinity X1 flashlight is a spec level that many other high-output flashlights have to retail for over $50. Yet here it is, down to just $26.97. The great feature is that you can use the included built-in rechargeable battery or swap it out for standard AA batteries when in an emergency without a nearby outlet. Just keep one thing in mind. The light is extremely powerful, so absolutely never shine it directly into anyone's eyes, and avoid placing it near flammable materials when turned on at full capacity, especially when using it in a garage with gas and oil around. 27. Duracell Flashlight 4-Pack Box. Breaking it down, each flashlight in this Duracell 4-pack box costs less than $5. This box is currently marked down to $19.97, with each unit delivering 1,500 lumens, and batteries are already included inside the box, saving you from buying separate standalone batteries. This is a must-have item to keep ready in the car trunk, kitchen drawer, or the emergency kit of any family, and it is particularly useful during storm seasons when power outages stretch for a few days. 28. Suncast 5-gallon Safety Fuel Canister. This 5-gallon fuel canister from Suncast is currently marked down to $14.97. Depending on the warehouse, it may fluctuate around the $10 to $14 range, but generally, it will sell out very quickly before it has a chance to drop any further. The specialized plastic material is quite heavy-duty, withstanding temperature changes in the garage without becoming brittle, cracking, or deforming over time. 29. Trinity 9-piece wall-mounted storage organizer system. A cluttered garage is a nightmare for many families, and the Trinity 9-piece wall-mounted storage organizer system is currently marked down to $29.97. It comes completely equipped with everything from rust-resistant metal tracks to various styles of U-hooks and double hooks in different sizes. Honestly, this is the item I recommend the most to my friends whenever someone asks about cleaning up their garage. and I have never heard anyone complain about the sturdiness of the tracks. 30. Fruit plush pillows. These plush pillows shaped like tropical fruit slices, such as watermelon, orange, kiwi, and avocado, are sitting at just $3.97. They feature vibrant colors and are machine washable without any worry of fading or clumping after multiple cycles. Quantities at the warehouse are currently running low. This is the type of kids' room decor item that easily gets wiped clean off the shelves in the coming days, especially with young mothers hunting them down to decorate their children's bedrooms for the summer. 31. Bug-repelling fans. Having mosquitoes ruin the vibe during a backyard party completely spoils the mood, and these bug-repelling fans, marked down to $12.97, offer a quite neat solution. They operate via two safe soft fan blades equipped with holographic reflective dots, creating a disruptive zone of light patterns and airflow that keeps flies and mosquitoes from venturing anywhere near the outdoor dining table. 32. Dynatrap Mosquito Trap. The solar-powered version of the Dynatrap Mosquito Trap is also experiencing markdown pricing at several locations. However, to be completely honest, I once considered purchasing this item for my own backyard, but after closely reading the reviews, I decided against it. The included solar panel is far too small, failing to provide enough capacity to run the suction fan continuously and steadily. The weak suction makes it very easy for mosquitoes flying nearby to escape rather than being trapped. A user in Florida, a state notoriously famous for its heavy mosquito populations, shared that they hung this trap right on their porch, hoping to cut down on electricity bills. But the fan spun sluggishly, the noise was intermittent, and after a week, the inside of the trap cage only held a few tiny moths, while the whole family still got bitten by mosquitoes as usual. 33. Zuru Bunch O-Balloons Self-Tying Water Balloons. Taking less than 60 seconds to create an entire arsenal of water balloon ammunition for the kids, this saves parents from sitting and manually filling and tying knots all afternoon like in past years. The self-tying bunch of balloons set from Zuru is marked down to $19.97, cooling down significantly compared to the start of the summer, when the price point was much higher. If you have any plans for this weekend, these last two items might completely change those plans. 34. X-Shot Water Blaster Set. The X-Shot Toy Water Blaster Set is marked down to $9.97 for the entire combo. It includes 2 large-sized blasters for older kids who like powerful blast pressure, and 6 small-sized, easy-to-trigger blasters for younger children to play safely in the yard without worrying about a blast that is too strong startling them. The entire set comes neatly packed in a mesh bag, making it easy to carry along for picnics or weekend trips to the park. 35. Sunbrella Outdoor Chaise Lounge Cushion. Authentic Sunbrella fabric is notoriously expensive, and at certain Costco warehouses, chaise lounge cushions using this fabric are being manually marked down by managers to around $45 to $50. Make sure to check the price tags closely at your local warehouse before making calculations. They are available in 2 colors, beige sand and navy blue, and with inventory levels currently drying up, the present price point is considered absolute perfection. Clearance pricing can vary by warehouse location and even change on a daily basis. So before driving out to the store, take a moment to verify inventory levels and prices via the Costco app or website before departing. Spending a few minutes checking online can save you from a wasted trip that ultimately leaves you going home empty-handed. Costco or Sam's Club? The answer isn't as simple as you think, and at least 3 things in this video might make you switch your card this very week, especially if you take medication regularly. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Membership fees and senior discounts. The membership fee is the very first expense anyone wishing to step foot into these 2 retail chains must pay. And this is exactly where the gap between the 2 sides becomes clear right from the starting line. Costco has maintained its fee structure since its 2024 price hike up to now. The standard Gold Star card is $65 a year, while the higher-tier executive card is $130. What is worth mentioning is that Costco has absolutely no special discount programs for seniors. Whether you are 30 years old or 80 years old, the fee remains identical. If you want to upgrade to executive to earn the 2% cash back, you must spend a minimum of $3,250 per year, which breaks down to about $270 per month. This is by no means a small figure for many retired families living on a fixed income. Sam's Club, on the other hand, plays a completely different move. Starting from early May of this year, their new fee structure is $60 for the basic club card and $120 for the plus card, ticking up slightly compared to before, but still remaining a bit lower than Costco. The major difference lies in the fact that you are 50 years or older and verified through the ID.me system. Your fee will be discounted by up to 60%, dropping to just $20 for the first year of the club card, or around $50 to $60 for the first year of the plus card. It is important to note that this markdown only applies to the first year. From the second year onward, the fee will revert to the standard rate. Therefore, this acts more like a welcome discount rather than a permanent benefit. But it is still strong enough to lower the psychological barrier for anyone wondering whether or not to give it a try. I have an acquaintance in their late 60s who initially hesitated completely upon hearing about having to verify online via ID.me, fearing technological hassles or leaks of personal data. However, after trying to do it with their daughter one evening, the entire process took less than 10 minutes, sitting at the kitchen table, and once completed, they received the discount code immediately without having to leave the house. If you only look at the initial numbers, the win leans completely towards Sam's Club, but the picture changes for anyone who buys in bulk every week. To break even on the executive upgrade, Costco requires a minimum spend of $3,250 a year, equivalent to over $270 a month. But in return, the maximum cashback limit goes up to $1,250, significantly higher than the $500 cap over at Sam's Club. One thing to remember, the senior discount only applies strictly to the first year. In the second year, the card automatically renews at the original price without a prior reminder letter. So if you plan to try it this way, mark your calendar yourself to reevaluate instead of letting the bank auto-deduct the renewal fee. The membership fee is only the first step. The next section is what truly makes many seniors change their minds after just a single experience. 2. In-store move and checkout experience. Standing in line twice during a single grocery trip, once at the cash register and once more to verify the receipt at the exit door, is something many seniors still take for granted when shopping at a big box warehouse club. However, these two retail chains are handling this process in two completely opposite directions. Sam's Club has invested heavily in its scan and go technology, allowing customers to scan each item's barcode themselves right on their phone and check out directly on the app, completely bypassing the wait at the cash registers. By 2026, they have further rolled out AI-integrated exit arches across all 600 locations. This automated camera system captures photos of the shopping cart to verify it against the digital receipt, meaning customers no longer need to pull over for an employee to check a paper receipt like before. For seniors who frequently experience back pain when standing for long periods, shrinking both wait lines down to virtually zero is an upgrade that carries far more practical value than any other flashy tech features. Costco, on the other hand, still maintains its familiar manual operation. Customers must still line up to wait for checkout, and then line up once more at the exit door for an employee to verify the receipt before leaving the warehouse. To be completely fair to Costco, keeping manual receipt checkers isn't entirely a downside. With bulk orders, double scanning or missing an item is not uncommon, and this verification step can sometimes help catch billing errors in favor of the customer before they leave the warehouse. However, the price you pay in return is the waiting time, which not everyone has the physical stamina to endure after a long shopping trip. A neighbor of mine in her late 60s once told me that she went to Costco on a Saturday afternoon and stood in line for nearly half an hour just to check out, not to mention the additional line at the exit door. By the time she got home, she complained about knee pain for the entire evening and had to sit down to rest her legs before putting the groceries into the refrigerator. For a younger person, a 30-minute wait might just be a minor inconvenience, but for seniors dealing with joint or back issues, this is a real physical toll rather than just a waste of time. Looking strictly at this aspect, Sam's Club is showing a clearer concern for the physical experience of senior shoppers, whereas Costco still needs time to catch up with the tech-driven, line-reducing trends that its competitor has pioneered. There is a service at one of these two chains that very few people know about: But if your family is currently paying for monthly prescription medications, this is going to be the most valuable information yet. 3. Healthcare services. Healthcare is a top priority as age increases, and this is also where these two retail chains reveal their contrasting business philosophies most clearly. Sam's Club aggressively pushes its Plus membership tier, offering the perk of completely free select common generic medications, plus over 200 other generic medications for just $4 and more than 400 options at the $10 mark. This program applies directly at the Sam's Club pharmacy. And an interesting detail is that even non-members are allowed to use their pharmacy services, a quite friendly loophole for outsiders. Costco, on the other hand, chooses a more comprehensive path through its Costco Member Prescription Program, abbreviated as CMPP. This program slashes prices by an average of 60% to 75%, with some medications marked down by up to 80% or more when paying out of pocket for thousands of prescription medications, including prescriptions for household pets. For seniors who have to take multiple medications simultaneously for chronic conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes, the savings from this program can accumulate into a significant monthly sum, particularly for those without prescription drug insurance or those falling into the Medicare coverage gap. Costco has also partnered with the healthcare platform Sesame Care, allowing members to book virtual visits with a primary care doctor starting at just $29, mental health therapy at $79, and a comprehensive health checkup at $72. For those paying out of pocket for weight loss medications like Wegovy or Ozempic, the price at Costco is only $349 per month, half off compared to the market rate, while oral tablet alternatives can start from just $149 per month. When it comes to the hearing center, Costco is virtually unmatched. As of 2026, their hearing centers offer hearing aids from 4 leading brands, including the Rexton Reach, Philips HearLink, and Sennheiser Sonite Rise, are all priced at $1,599 a pair, alongside the Jabra Enhance Pro 30 at the $1,699 mark. The entire process of testing, consultations, device adjustments, warranties, and periodic cleanings are completely free for members, conducted by licensed hearing care professionals. The cost of a pair of hearing aids remains a significant investment, but when bundled with free consultations, adjustments, and warranty services throughout the lifetime of the product, the actual total value received is typically much higher than the number displayed on the initial price tag. Sam's Club has practically abandoned this sector. Many locations do not have a hearing center at all, and where they do exist, they can hardly match the level of professionalism found at Costco. A friend of mine was initially quite guarded when visiting the Costco Hearing Center for the first time, thinking that the staff would push them into immediately buying an expensive pair of hearing aids. However, the testing session that day lasted nearly 40 minutes. The specialist explained every single metric thoroughly, and there was absolutely no pressure to make an immediate decision. Ultimately, my friend went home to think it over for a full week before returning to place the order. If you think the healthcare section just now was the peak of your benefits, the next part will catch you completely by surprise. 4. Animal protein. Have you ever stood in front of the meat counter debating whether to buy pre-cut portions for dinner tonight or purchase a whole primal cut to freeze for later use? These two chains actually answer that question in 2 very different ways. For immediate cooking needs, the pre-cut meat counter at Sam's Club does a quite good job. Their Members Mark line features all the premium cuts like filet mignon, New York strip, and sirloin, all 100% grass-fed beef, while keeping the prices wallet-friendly. And if you are sharp enough to catch the yellow markdowns stuck on items nearing their expiration dates, your savings will be even better. However, when your goal shifts to stocking up the freezer for later use, the answer lies in a section at Costco that not everyone pays attention to: the frozen aisle. Sam's Club's 85/15 organic grass-fed ground beef currently sells for around $4.98 per pound, whereas Costco's ground beef lineups typically fluctuate starting from $3.49 depending on the lean-to-fat ratio. Specifically, the 80/20 blend is usually about $1 per pound cheaper than leaner varieties like 90/10. For grass-fed beef burgers, this slightly higher fat content in the 80/20 blend is exactly why the meat stays significantly juicier and more tender when grilled compared to the standard lean options, yet the price remains among the most wallet-friendly in the entire freezer chest. I once bought a bulk case for a family barbecue, and to be completely honest, the difference in the result was so clear that every single guest asked for my secret. Chicken, however, is a completely different story, as this is one of the few items where the price difference is practically negligible. Organic whole chickens. At both places hover around $2.49 per pound. The real savings do not come down to choosing which store to shop at, but rather how you buy. Choosing whole birds instead of pre-butchered parts like breasts or thighs, which always carry a significantly higher unit price. I usually butcher the breasts myself for searing, use the thighs and wings for baking or braising, and save the carcass, back, and neck to simmer for broth. This is a method my family has used to completely eliminate the expense of buying boxed broth every month. A small tip, but over a full year, it adds up to a substantial sum. Seafood can ruin an entire party if you make the wrong choice, so the right answer always depends on the dish you plan to prepare, rather than which brand has a higher reputation. For dishes that need to preserve the natural sweetness of shrimp, the wild-caught U.S. Gulf shrimp or Argentine red shrimp at Costco remain the more reliable choices because their products are not treated with water-retaining chemical additives, like many other cheap frozen seafood varieties. On the other hand, when a meal requires a bit more sophistication for a special occasion, the Japanese Hokkaido sea scallops, snow crab legs, or cold water Atlantic lobster tails at Sam's Club are items that are hard to find elsewhere at a comparable price point, offering meat that is much firmer and snappier than the commonly found warm water lobster. No matter where you choose to shop, there is one rule I always stick to and advise everyone to follow. Stay far away from pre-cooked, frozen shrimp. I once accidentally bought this variety for a weekend gathering. After thawing and reheating it, the shrimp turned out as rubbery as rubber bands, and every guest who came over only took a single bite and left the rest. An unforgettable lesson for an item that is by no means cheap. If you are trying to eat cleaner in your 60s and beyond, the next section will show how picking the wrong store can render that effort virtually meaningless. 5. Clean kitchen with cooking oils and cereal. A bottle of olive oil with organic printed on the front label sounds very reassuring, but turning it over to check the back is where it is truly worth paying attention. The budget-friendly olive oil line under the Members Mark store brand at Sam's Club, despite its highly attractive price point, usually indicates a blended source originating from up to 5 different countries, including Italy, Greece, Spain, and Tunisia. Experts within the vegetable oil industry warn that multinational blended oils of this type make it very difficult to control the freshness, consistency of the olives, and free acidity levels, as the oil oxidizes easily during bulk transport across oceans before bottling. Costco, on the other hand, goes in the completely opposite direction, focusing on single-source lines that meet stringent standards. Kirkland Signature. Extra virgin Italian olive oil is grown, pressed, and bottled directly in Italy, featuring Independent Bureau Veritas certification to guarantee traceability. Standing out even more is the Ottavio Early Harvest Extra Virgin Olive Oil, packaged in a dark glass bottle with a 1-liter capacity for only around $12. It is crafted from Spanish olives harvested early in October, right when the fruit is still green, yielding a superior antioxidant polyphenol content along with a signature peppery finish at the back of the throat. For anyone needing a larger volume, you can opt for the 3-liter canister of Kirkland Signature 100% Spanish extra virgin olive oil, which is also ISO certified and works perfectly for both daily cooking and direct drizzling. When it comes to the convenient oil sprays used for air fryers, you should avoid standard spray bottles containing soy lecithin emulsifiers, which easily leave a residue buildup and ruin the non-stick coating of the basket, alongside petroleum-based propellants like butane or propane. The Chosen Foods avocado oil spray at Costco, expeller pressed from Mexico and completely free of chemical propellants, stands as a significantly cleaner alternative. Shifting over to the breakfast cereal aisle, the gap between the two sides becomes even clearer. Sam's Club still sticks to mass-market brand cereals high in sugar, completely lacking deeply clean organic alternatives. Costco leads the way with glyphosate-free certification, meaning it contains absolutely zero residues of Roundup weed killer. Applied to the 7 Sundays protein cereal line, which is naturally sweetened with dates, and particularly to their organic sprouted oats. Because conventional oats are very frequently sprayed with chemicals right before harvest, This certification brings considerable peace of mind to older consumers who are highly sensitive to chemical residues in food. If you frequently experience bloating every time you drink milk, the next section will show how one of these two chains is selling a type of yogurt that can solve that exact problem, while the other does not. 6. Dairy and dairy products. Within the imported grass-fed butter segment, Costco holds a quite powerful card. Kirkland Signature. Grass-fed butter is imported from New Zealand and produced by Westland Milk Products, a butter manufacturer with a history spanning over 150 years on the west coast of New Zealand's South Island. The raw milk is sourced from 400 family farms where the cattle graze freely and eat a minimum of 95% fresh grass year-round. The remaining supplemental feed is completely free of GMOs or growth hormones, which are strictly banned within the New Zealand dairy industry. Priced at around $10.99 for a 2-pound box, which breaks down to just $5.50 per pound. This rate is significantly cheaper than the Irish Kerrygold butter, currently selling for about $14.99 for the exact same weight right at Costco. When it comes to imported cheeses, the quality difference between the two sides is visibly clear, even though it is sometimes obscured by price tags that look like a bargain. Sam's Club carries the Pecorino Romano line from the prestigious Italian brand Locatelli, featuring a sharp, savory flavor profile that is impossible to fault. However, their other conventional Parmesan lines are mostly domestic U.S. products produced on mass-market industrial farms, lacking the depth of flavor that comes from an extended aging process. Costco strikes back with Parmigiano Reggiano cheese that meets strict DOP geographical indication standards, imported directly from the Parma region, aged for a minimum of 24 months, and completely non-GMO. They also offer